Check 1, 2. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Doing a mic check. Mic check. All right, mic check. Check again.
Check. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4. Live from Versailles. It's high school football. That'll be it right there.
All right, we're checking.
Check, check. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Checking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from Versailles, Kentucky.
Check, check, mic check, and check mic number 2. And okay.
Check, check. It's a beautiful night for football in Central Kentucky on a really nice fall evening here in Central Kentucky. It's high school football on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Tonight, a rematch of the Class 5A second-round playoff game between Pulaski County and Woodford County. It's coming up next on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Good evening from Community Stadium in Versailles. It's high school football on the Woodford County Public Schools High School Game of the Week as the Maroons of Pulaski County come up I-75 into Central Kentucky to take on the Woodford County Yellow Jackets. Good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of high school football here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. Glad you're with us. I'm Darren Douglas. Andy Smith will join us here in just a few. Last year, Pulaski County and Woodford County met on the football field for the first time ever. And it was the Jackets coming away with a 49-28 victory to move on to the quarterfinal round of the 5A playoffs. Woodford County used a solid running game behind senior Preston Stacy, sophomore quarterback Andrew Nason, and the supporting cast of Wyatt Crow, Jabari Alexander. A whole group of running backs that really forged Woodford County into 360 yards of rushing, and the defense for the Jackets swarming all night long held a Pulaski County team to 239 yards of total offense, and the Maroons had come in averaging nearly 497 yards a game. So the Jackets limited the Maroon offense. Tonight, it's the rematch between Woodford County and Pulaski County here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. And we want to thank our fine sponsors, of course, Woodford County Public Schools, where kids win. Also by UK Sports Medicine. Get treatment just like the Wildcats. Jack Keane Ford, where lip service isn't just talked about, it's practiced. Woodford Family Physicians, comprehensive care for every member of your family. Versailles Brewing Company, proud to say that every ingredient is raised and grown right here in Woodford County. Carroll Floor Covering, all your flooring needs under one roof. Mr. Appliance, expert appliance repair from a friendly company. J&B Marathon Cafe, great food that you just have to talk about. Woodford Car Company, we buy and sell cars the right way. Falling Springs Rec Center, fitness, family, and fun, all in one place. Woodford Seal Coat, helping protect your investment. Woodford County Judge Executive James Kay, working for you, your family, and for Woodford County's future. Cindy Chirac, Rector Hayden Realty, home is the nicest word there is. Ricardo's Restaurant, it's Southern dining with a twist. And Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. We're about 10 minutes away from the kickoff of tonight's ball game between Pulaski County and Woodford County. And as I mentioned, Andy Smith alongside of us again tonight. And Andy, last year, that playoff game here in Versailles had a little bit of everything. We had a scoop and score for Woodford County's first score of the night. We had a kickoff return late in the ball game by Godby for the Maroons. We had good defense, solid defense for both teams. Woodford was able to take advantage of a couple of drives where they were able to get their running game going. And again, that Woodford County defense was solid all the way throughout.
Absolutely, Darren. They really played some good football. Both teams really played well. I think Pulaski County may have been a little surprised by Woodford County's talent and their ability to stay with an entire game. I know sometimes you have a down quarter here and there, but Woodford County really played a complete football game against Pulaski County last year and gave them everything they can handle and a little bit more. They came away with the win.
Well, I think, too, the speed of Woodford County really came out in that ball game. I know I was talking in the pregame, well, early in the afternoon when the Pulaski County radio crew got here, and they were concerned about the speed, especially if Woodford was able to get to the corners. First couple of series, Woodford struggled doing that, but then they got that dive game going, which then opened up the outside, and then some nice completions in the passing game to keep those corners and safeties back a little bit. So we're probably looking for the same kind of game plan from Woodford tonight.
I think so, absolutely. And Darren, last week we really got a sense of the scale of Woodford County's speed as we watched two Woodford County players run away from that California team, state champion defending team, both on an interception and on an end around, I believe it was.
There was a nice pass too. So
yeah, and just watched. You really get a sense. We say we're fast, and then when you see somebody just walk a team like that from California, I mean, we had number 5 there just completely run away from people.
That was Leland Taylor.
And you like to point out that he's one of the 4 on that 4x100 meter relay team. Leighton Starks. Leland Taylor just flew. Yeah. Leighton Starks does a pretty good job.
Leighton Starks, the player of the week on one of the Lexington TV stations, 13 tackles a week ago, 5 behind the line of scrimmage for tackles for loss, 4 sacks. That's sometimes a month for some players, but he had a heck of a game. We're going to need another big game from Leighton on that defensive front.
Well, and then the other thing that came out last week, and I think we said something about this in the post game, the local or the I don't know what the game had a name last week.
The OHM
Bowl
Associates Classic or something like that.
So the game of the week, the player of the game for OHM was Justice Wertzler, who came in at quarterback after the first quarter and just really, I think,
settled everybody down.
Yeah, and for me, really surprised me with leadership and his physical ability. I mean, he really turned it on and kept Woodford County in that game after, I don't know, a freshman probably had a little pressure get to him, and, that'll happen. But Justice Wertzler really showed up last week and played an amazing football game. One of the things that he shone a light on for Woodford County was that there are 2 quarterbacks for this team that can play, and both of those quarterbacks are outstanding athletes.
And they're juniors.
Wow.
They're back another year.
So I think that, and Wertzler wasn't here last year. So Pulaski County hasn't seen his speed except on film. So it's going to be an interesting game. I know Pulaski really wants to come back in here now and get back at the Yellow Jackets. So we'll see what the Maroons can do.
Well, this is the Woodford County Public Schools Game of the Week, sponsored by Woodford County Public Schools, who continue to invest in their students by giving them the tools to have a lifetime of success through Portrait of a Learner, which is a set of 5 competencies to help them reach those successes. The competencies are resilient learner, empathetic communicator, reflective collaborator, responsible contributor, a creative problem solver. WCPS believes strongly in the importance and significance that the Portrait of a Learner will play in the education of its students and is eager to embrace and implement this program as Woodford County Public Schools continues to be a place where kids win. Also by UK Sports Medicine. When it comes to sports injuries, being seen quickly is vital to getting back in the game. UK Healthcare's orthopedic surgery and sports medicine programs offer walk-in access to sports medicine specialists at the Turfland Mall area location on Harrisburg Road or South Broadway, if you're familiar with it that way. Our walk-in clinic is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. with no appointment necessary. If you have questions or wish to schedule a sports medicine appointment, call 859-218-3131. UK Orthopedic Surgery and Sports Medicine, the official health care provider of UK Athletics. Captains are out on the field right now as we look here.
Looks like Woodford County won the toss, or did they win the toss? So they're going to take the football. They may have lost the toss.
They usually take the toss. I don't know. Woodford County takes the football to start. Real quickly, the captains were Aaron Cheney. He's 53. Number 62 is Jackson Cobble. I should know that one by now. And number 39 is Nathan Hale. For Pulaski County, number 35 is Caden Richardson. Number 52 is...
Here we go for the pledge.
Cade Inhabitant. We'll have the national anthem here on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. No Woodford County High School marching band tonight, but we do have the national anthem here. And we're about 2 minutes away from the kickoff of Pulaski County and Woodford County. And if you enjoyed the game last year, I got a feeling this one's going to be just as good. Now, the stars are not as plentiful on either side of the ball or either side of the field this year, but there are some really nice players returning for both teams. And one guy that I want you to listen for on the Pulaski County side of things, his name is Cade Inabnit. He is a senior. He plays, get this, he plays center on offense. He's a linebacker on defense. And, oh, by the way, he is the backup place kicker. So you don't see too many linemen that do that.
Well, I mean, it used to be a thing for linemen to be the kickers back in the 60s.
Correct.
It was sort of a traditional thing.
Luke Rosa comes to mind at UK.
My dad was a kicker and played offensive line.
There you go.
He played for the Colts, and I believe he had a shot at being a kicker as well in the 60s.
There you go. So you got all those guys, and we're looking at Woodford County right now, and the Jackets, as we look at the off screen to the right, I don't know if you can catch that. They're just now coming back into the vision here. They stopped at the far end of the field to our right, the closed end of Community Stadium. That is for a student who lost his life last week in a very tragic accident in downtown Versailles. So we were told they were going to do that. So keep that student in mind and his family. And we're about set for football. I am really, Andy, I've been looking forward to this game. When it came back on the schedule, we've been looking forward to this game pretty much since the schedule came out.
Yeah, you've been talking about this Pulaski County game, I think, since the last one ended. And just talking about Pulaski County wanting to come in here and say, hey, wait a minute. We didn't see that coming from this Woodford County team, and we want another shot at you. So we'll see about it.
Well, there is a younger Godby on this Pulaski County team. He plays big like his older brother did a year ago for the Maroons. His name is Boone Godby, and he does a lot of things for him. He's a wideout. He's a safety on defense. He's a backup quarterback. I think he holds on extra points. I mean, it's kind of like his older brother.
Runs the sticks.
Yep.
Is the trainer.
Yeah, he drives the bus.
Yeah.
So we're about set for football. It'll be Ethan Idlewine to kick off, number 22 in white for Pulaski County. Back deep for the Jackets, it is number 9. That is Thurman Wade here on the near side. The far side is number 5, Leland Taylor, and a ton of speed there deep for the Jackets. Idlewine approaches, and we're underway from Versailles. This one, short hop, Taylor at the 14. He dances up into the hole and is cut down at about the 32-yard line. In on the tackle for Pulaski County was number 4, Broderick Finley. Number 4, and the Jackets will come out 1st and 10 from their own. Well, put the ball down there, sir. There's 32-yard line. And then there was some question, Andy, and he looks like he's going to start tonight. That is the junior quarterback, Andrew Nason.
And Nason coming out to play in a non-district game after getting a little dinged up a couple of weeks ago. That'll be interesting to see how long he stays in this one.
The running back behind him is Hash. The wing backs here on the near side is Crow. The other side is Taylor. They fake it. Nope, they give it off to Hash. He'll run left, and he cut it back in, to a yard. And in on the tackle for the Maroons was number 50. That is Sam Whitaker, a 5'9", 247-pound senior.
Woodford County often likes to favor that run as one of their first plays. They run about 3 or 4 plays out of the gate almost every game.
Same formation out of the pistol formation. Actually, we have twin receivers here to the near side. Nason will keep it. Oh, he gives it back to Hash again. He gets up to about the 35. It'll be 3rd and a long 7 for Woodford County on the opening possession of the ball game. Whitaker again on the tackle. Actually, that was number, is that 57? Yeah, 57 on the tackle. That is Jay Bales. 6'2", 247-pound senior. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Woodford County, the opening drive of the ball game. Nason back to throw, looks on the quick slant. He has his man. That is Wurtzler. The ball came loose, but he was down, and it'll be first down Woodford County at their own 44-yard line. A gain of 9, and the Jackets get the initial first down of the ball game.
That's good. That's a really good way to start. Running 3 plays like that, taking it all the way, taking the box all the way down to third down, and then going ahead and going up top. It's good to see Nason out of the box doing what he does.
If I'm struggling, we apologize for the glare because the sun is right in a bad spot right now.
I think we're doing all right.
Yeah, 1st and 10, Woodford County. Twin receivers to both sides. They move the back out. In motion is Crow. They give it off. He'll run left, cut it inside. Gets over the 45 to about the 48-yard line to be gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Bales on the tackle from his defensive tackle spot. They're going with a 4-man front, it looks like right now, are the Maroons. Actually, the defensive end, Bales came down the line from his left side defensive end.
Wow.
To chase him down.
That's a tough thing to do when you're running down. We were talking about Woodford County speed. That shows a lot of speed for somebody to peel all the way back.
Gain of 4 for Crow. It's 2nd down and 6. Mackay Smith here to the far side. Taylor in the slot to the right. The wingback Crow's this side. Wurtzler to the far side. They give it off. Running wide is Preston. Cuts it up, gets inside. And a nice open field tackle there down around the ankles by number 30. That is Xander Simpson for Pulaski County. They're going to give him just inside the 50, so a gain of only 2. It'll be 3rd, and we'll call it a long 4. Opening drive of the ball game. Woodford County 3 minutes in. We have Smith here to the near side. Trips to the right. They look that way. Caught by Crow. 1st down to the Pulaski County 42-yard line.
Wow. I'll tell you what, that's a long throw all the way back across the field for not a whole lot of yards going forward, but it's enough for a first down, Darren.
On the tackle for Pulaski County was the linebacker on that side, Idlewine. But they really, if they're Pulaski, they really have to honor that run by Nason when he does that
Absolutely.
Zone read. Nason fakes, cuts it up inside. He's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Nason did a good job recognizing the pressure. They came with a late blitz. Put a lot of pressure on Nason. He did a good job getting the ball back to the line of scrimmage and not taking a loss.
Great name for an athlete in general. Gunner Lovelace.
Well, he gunned up the middle there. He gunned off the edge there.
Yep.
And,
Number 45 on the tackle for Pulaski County. Woodford County facing now a 2nd down and 10. He lost about a half yard, but it's closer to the sticks. We'll say 2nd and 10. Twin receivers to either side. Hash is the running back out of the pistol formation. They move him to the right. In motion comes Taylor. Running wide, gets stretched out, cuts it back up. Nice block from Smith. Inside Taylor, and he'll get it first down. Boy, I tell you what.
Man, that kid can fly.
Yes, he can, and a great block by Mackay Smith to get him around the corner.
That's not the first time you said that this season, Darren. Mackay Smith opening things up. He's doing a great job in the open field, making those very difficult blocks. It's hard to explain how hard it is to make that block and not get called for holding.
Gain of 21, and it's 1st and 10. Yellow Jackets in the red zone, or just outside the red zone, at the Maroons 21. This looks more like this team from 2021 and 22, the way the Jackets are moving the football on this opening drive. Preston that fakes it. They have looking for Mackay Smith. It's incomplete. Good job by Xander Simpson to play the ball and not looking for Mackay Smith. And I think Simpson is shaken up as Mackay bends over and checks on him.
Yeah, I
And
tell you
he'll
what.
hobble back. That's going to be a matchup to watch all night long.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a definite height advantage to Smith out there. And you're right, though, Darren. That was a heck of a defensive play because
Ball was slightly underthrown, too, though.
yes, but to keep your head on that football.
Well, to make that play on the ball and not have to worry about Mackay Smith, who's one of the strongest receivers Simpson may face all year. 2nd and 10. They give it off to Preston, running right. He'll get to the 20, so it'll be 3rd and long. Bales on the tackle for Pulaski County.
This can be an interesting decision for Woodford County's play callers right now. When you're in this tight, it's tempting
Yes.
to look past the 10-yard mark when you're in this close. So
Well, I will say this. Mekhi Smith does not look like the Mekhi Smith of the last couple of years. He's usually blowing by people and then looking for the football, but it looks like he's trying to find the ball sooner. Nason throws, caught by Crow, and he'll get the first down inside the 10 to the 9.
And once again, the play caller showing some serious football understanding and some serious football IQ by throwing to the sticks and not to the end zone. That's the temptation, and they resisted it.
The guy that Andy's referring to is Matt Pelisasas, the offensive coordinator for Woodford County in his 4th year. Jackets have already eaten up 5.5 minutes off the clock. A nice drive here for Woodford County. A little confusion. Taylor trying to figure out which side he's going to go to. He's supposed to come here to the near side in the slot. They move Hash over to the right. They fake it. Nope, give it to Taylor. Actually, is that Hellig? Nope, that's Wertzler.
Yeah, I thought we might see more Wertzler tonight, worked into the game after last week. Putting both of those athletes in the backfield is, you want to talk about tempting.
Yeah, drop down at the line of scrimmage, so it's 2nd and goal from the 9 for Woodford County. Pistol formation, twin receivers to both sides.
Nason keeps it.
And Nason goes in for the score. A 9-yard touchdown run for Andrew Nason. And the Jackets draw first with the extra point coming from Logan Ford, who's 13 of 15 on the year. Both those misses came a week ago against Warren.
One of those was a block.
One was blocked. The other one,
just sort of dribbled off. It was just a shanked kick.
Yeah, looked like he kicked it off the inside of his foot, and it just kind of.
I'll tell you what, man, Darren, that touchdown, and this is what Woodford County has to be careful about.
The kick is up and good.
Kick goes through. It felt inevitable, and you got to be careful about that when it comes to any sport, but football especially. You can't feel that sense of inevitability and lose your spark as you're coming across. But Woodford County did a great job of putting a wonderful drive together. But I can say, man, maybe it's just that I'm feeling the crowd. I'm just feeling the crowd a little bit. But I got to say that it was sort of subdued when Woodford County scored that touchdown. And like I said, that can contribute to that sense of inevitability when it comes to playing football.
Well, the Jackets, I don't know how many plays, but they go, 73 yards.
Yeah.
And they use 6 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock.
Wow. That's a drive that we like that we haven't seen in a while. We're used to those Woodford County big plays.
It'll be Logan Ford to kick off. Back deep for the Maroons. Here on the near side, that is Simpson. On the far side, and that one will go out of bounds, and they'll get it up to the 35-yard line. That was back there on that far side was Harris Denmeyer. So Woodford County's defense will be out next. And at times last week we saw some guys out of position in the running game, Andy. But, boy, when it was necessary, the Woodford County defense stepped up and really did a good job.
Two touchdowns that could have been winning touchdowns were both saved by interceptions by those DBs. And one of them run back for a Woodford County touchdown.
Yep,
that was
Garrett
really
Lewis.
The difference in the game when it came down to the last few minutes.
Yep. Quarterback will be Zach Anderson. He gives it off to the running back. And I believe this is Kaysen Brock, 5'10", 188, and a freshman for the Maroons.
Well, if I'm Pulaski County,
got 8.
I watched that film last week.
That's where I'm running between the guards.
You're going to see that kind of a run, play after play after play until Woodford County stops it.
Trips here to the near side. Anderson back to throw. Steps up. Gets the first down and will be dropped at about the 47-yard line. Good open field tackle by Tomlin for Woodford County. Darian Tomlin, a freshman for the Jackets.
Well, that looked an awful lot like a planned draw, Darren.
Yep.
Quarterback draw, and they only needed a couple yards, and they got it.
Tomlin, one of those freshmen for Woodford County of that very talented freshman class. 1st and 10, Pulaski from their own 47. In motion comes the back. Brock. Anderson tipped up in the air and nearly intercepted by Graham Hodge.
They tried to set up a screen on that, and Woodford County bid on it, but they settled down right at the last second, got a hand on it, and almost had a shot at interception. That's a big.
Well, there was only one turnover in that game last year, and that was the scoop and score in the first quarter by Caleb Brown. Then Grant Garrison calls the fumble, and the other guy on the other side of the defensive line, Jones, picked it up and went in. Or Brown went in, I'm sorry. Blitz coming. Anderson steps in the pocket, throws out here, incomplete. Boy, almost a really nice catch by Denmeyer, but incomplete coverage provided by Hodge. And it's 3rd and 10 for Pulaski County.
The quarterback on that one was clocking left the entire time, clocking to our side of the football, and just locked in. And that enabled Woodford County to sort of shut down anything deeper than what was thrown. And even that little shallow pass was a long pass.
Anderson's got good size, 6'3", 188. They give it off to Brock. Hodge has him right at the line of scrimmage and nothing doing.
Hodge did a great job. Now, he does a great job of getting to the football. That's not the concern there.
4th and 10. It looks like Pulaski County might go for it, or they may do a little pooch kid. We'll see what we've got here.
We saw a hand sign coming up from the.
That's interesting here. Anderson back to throw on 4th down. Incomplete. He threw behind Denmeyer, and Pulaski County turns it over on downs. And
boy,
that's a tough one. I mean,
they even got the coverage.
That's a huge gamble this early in the ball game.
Well, they even got the coverage they wanted on that. They got a little loose coverage off about 4 yards, gave them enough space, and the throw was basically there. It was catchable, but yeah, you're right. It was a little bit behind, and it's kind of a surprise. I think they were protecting against the go on that, but it was a 4th down. You got to know where the sticks are defensively.
And, Denmeyer had the first down. Unfortunately, the pass from Anderson was behind him. He just got both hands on it. He just couldn't corral it. So Woodford County takes over 1st and 10 from the Pulaski County 47.5-yard line. That's in honor of Mac Calvert. He used to say that. And my dad used to give me a hard time because I heard Cosell used to say that. He used to call me that, and I didn't like it too much. And Taylor, big hole, 40, inside the 35 to about the 34, 33-yard line. How about Sam Hash?
Well, all you can do on that is, as Taylor takes that one, all you can do is for Pulaski County is cover him and not let him break it.
Try to string it out and cut him back in. He got 13 down to the Pulaski County 34.
They didn't overcommit because that's what people get caught doing against him, and he usually blows right by him.
And I said, great block by Sam Hash. That was actually the right tackle, J-Ro Mendoza, 6'3", 260, and a junior. They give it off to Hash. He'll get maybe a yard. Whitaker on the tackle, along with Idlewine for Pulaski County. It's 2nd down. They gave him nothing right at the 34. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Nice crowd here, even though
it is a big crowd.
Yeah, the band's not here, and this will be the final game in the first half of the season for Woodford County. Nason almost bobbled the snap, and he did as Preston is going to be dropped for a loss, and then Whitaker gets up barking a little bit.
Now that play has to follow tightly.
Yeah.
It has to go in tight against the line, and when you bobble the ball, the timing's thrown off. The blocks aren't there for you because the play is supposed to be past those guys coming across the field. You got a lot of unblocked players It's supposed to go into the secondary. And
3rd and 13 now for Woodford County. 2.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Woodford County leads 7-0. Twin receivers to either side. He sets them down. Back to throw is Nason. Looking. He's in trouble. Scampers away. 35, 30, 25. Lowers his shoulder and he steps out of bounds as he got the first down near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 21.
Wow, Nason just sort of ducked in there, didn't he?
Yep. Gain of 16.
It's good to see him back running.
Boy, I tell you what, he's
a game breaker.
Yeah, he's a game breaker, and he's tough as nails. He took a really great shot in that Bullitt East game. It created a fumble. That was what basically the difference in that ball game against the Chargers in that opening loss. He's been dinged up a little bit, but playing tonight. Back to throw is Nason. Throws out here in the flat. He has Mackay Smith, who spins away. And better part of valor, go down. If two guys you have around your ankles, go down. Don't get hurt. They get him down to the 18, gain of 3.
Those are confidence throws. Those are the kinds of things, a confidence throw, confidence catch.
But also it's going to draw that, if you hit those enough hitches enough, it's going to draw those defensive backs up, and then you can go by them with a deeper route. 2nd down and 7 after the completion to Mackay Smith. And we are down to 1:35 in the first quarter in a fast-moving 12 minutes of action here. Nason gives it off to Preston. And Preston, I think, missed the hole.
Well, he may have, but you got to give a little bit of credit to the end there. From
that was Idlewine.
He did a great job of squaring that off and then squeezing down, not allowing anywhere for him to go. So there was no place to go, and that defensive end did a good job of setting what they call setting the edge and pushing that play back into where there are tacklers.
Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 6. Jackets taking a long time in the huddle.
Something that hurt him last week.
We had about 4 or 5 delay of game penalties. Nason sets him down. Looks, throws on the slant to Mackay Smith. He had it and then knocked away at the last minute by Simpson. That was 6 if Mackay can secure it.
Well, Mackay Smith just didn't get his body there in front, and a great job defensively.
And we're going for a field goal attempt off the right toe of Logan Ford, one of the twin brothers. Cooper is the other one. Logan stepping into the number 1 place kicking role for his older brother Sawyer, who is now at the University of the Cumberlands. Wertzler will put it down at the 25. It'll be a 35-yard attempt from Ford. Kick is up. The kick is good. Just got inside the left upright.
All right.
So with 42.6 to play in the opening quarter, it's Woodford County 10 and Pulaski County nothing on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.
You sure love seeing in high school football a kicker who can do that, because it just provides an extra weapon, especially in tight games. And it's really nice to be able to settle in and say, let's go to our kicker inside the 15, inside the 20-yard line. Get those 3 points when you need them.
Might come in handy late in the year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also just you get that on film. So now teams are going to spend some time
worrying about
that and putting some players in. If Woodford County does this, we're going to go to this package, all that sort of thing that you want to put in people's practice plans going forward.
Jack Keane Ford. There are many things that set Jack Keane Ford apart from other dealerships, like the no-hassle, no-pressure environment when you go car shopping. Friendly sales staff makes sure you find the right vehicle for you, but above all else, Jack Keane Ford provides high-quality service, and that's what makes them one of the best dealerships in the country. Stop by today at 3405 Lexington Road, and they've been selected one of the number 1 domestic car dealership in Central Kentucky by the Herald Leader readers. Ford pops this one in the air to 39, and down at the 40 goes the up man for Pulaski County. That is number 10 for the Maroons.
Woodford County again playing with that pooch and those short kicks. They love to change things up on their kickoffs, and I think that it's always interesting, again, trying to put things in teams' heads, but also giving Woodford County a shot at the football. They would love to occupy that football for the entire half, it looks like.
That's right. That is Brock Green for the Maroons. Trips here to the near side, tight end back to the right. Running back is to the left of Anderson. They give it off to Brock, and he may have a yard or two. I think he got to the 42. They did, and it's second down and 8. Graham Hodge on the tackle from his Mike linebacker spot. Now Pulaski going to speed up the tempo a little bit.
Well, they saw this with Warren last week, I'm sure.
Well, I'm not sure Pulaski goes as fast as Warren. Warren was like
no, but they saw
NASCAR fast.
They saw it have some success against
Yes.
Woodford County, the no huddle, so I'm sure that they worked it in this week.
Under 10 to play in the first quarter. 10-zip Yellow Jackets. Anderson back to throw. Looks left, throwing the home run ball. He has a man, Denmeyer, caught, and he'll score. He ran right by Mackay Smith.
Yeah, I don't think Mackay understood.
Mackay doesn't act 100% healthy.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't think he understood the speed there. Pulaski County right back in this thing with no time left on the quarter. That's not what you want to see.
No. Well, and Mackay, folks, he is playing free safety. And normally your free safeties are usually pretty athletic, pretty quick. But Mackay just got his eyes in the backfield, and
yeah,
that's not good. Muntz is the kicker. The snap is good. This hold is good. The kick is up, and it's good. So we're through one quarter play here in Versailles. It took only 3 plays for the Maroons to get on the board, and it's now 10-7 Yellow Jackets as we move to the second quarter of play on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network.
Well, and that's one of the risks you take, Darren, when you do those pooches and stuff, is put a team within striking distance. And that first drive, Pulaski County didn't show a lot, so they went ahead and pooched that second one. And now,
well, we did a good job of covering the kicks last year. I'm no disrespect to the 2 guys that were back there this year, but Godby was back there,
right?
Last year, and we did a good job of covering kicks last year. He did return one late in the ball game for a touchdown, but when you're able to do that, that's good as far as coverings. If you're looking for the perfect floor coverings for your next project, then you need to call the folks at Carroll Floor Covering. Since 1980, Carroll has provided a small family-owned and operated business. Whether it's tile, carpet, laminate, hardwood, LVP, or vinyl, Carroll has it all in a variety of colors. So contact Carroll Floor Covering today for a free estimate at 859-873-6919. Well, we didn't have as many points in the first quarter scored tonight as we did last week, but both teams get on the board in the opening 12 minutes, and Idlewild lines this one down the field. It'll check up at the 20 and go out of bounds. And let's see what Dennis Johnson will do. He'll take the ball at the 35-yard line. And I have to wait because last year I just assumed he was going to take it to 35 one time, and he had the team kick off again. So,
right. Yeah, you don't know, what they're going to do.
You never know with Dennis.
But this 35-yard line is great field position for Woodford County, especially given what they just did.
Yeah.
The problem was, so they occupied the football for most of the time of the first quarter. They scored 10 points. Pulaski County comes in, has, 3 series or three
plays in the second series, yeah.
In the second series, and touch the ball twice and come away with 7 points. So that's not exactly what you want to do when you're trying to occupy clock time.
Well, Woodford County has the football, 1st and 10 from their own 35, leading 10-7. Nason gives it off to Wertzler. He has Mackay Smith wide open, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. No flags, touchdown Yellow Jackets, 1 play, 65 yards with a little razzle-dazzle.
I think we called that last week at
the
end of the game, didn't we? We put 2 quarterbacks in the backfield. You don't know what's going to happen. And unless, of course, you're Darren Douglas and make that call when you start talking about what's possible.
Well, even a blind man gets lucky once in a while.
That's right.
16-7, Woodford County, 10 seconds into the second quarter. And, boy, that really takes away any kind of momentum maybe Pulaski may have seized with that 3-play touchdown drive a moment ago.
Absolutely. And it was a great call, and I think
nice crowd down here tonight, too, by the way. The kick is up from Ford, and it splits the uprights. 11:50 to play before halftime. Woodford County now on top by a score of 17-7.
Yep, there you go. I think that's how you neutralize a quick touchdown. You get a quick touchdown. So
a little bit of razzle-dazzle. Now that'll put something on the film for district teams to think about. A day is best started with a full stomach, and I'm one to attest to that. I love my breakfast every morning, and J&B Marathon Cafe can help with lunch, dinner, or breakfast. They offer the best breakfast in town, bar none, from biscuits and gravy to BLT, served 7 days a week by their friendly staff. So get your day started in the right direction and come over to J&B Marathon Cafe, 200 Lexington Road in historic downtown Versailles, where you just can't eat good food. You got to go out and talk about it.
Tell you what, Darren, man, they got you. There probably isn't a meal that you don't like and wouldn't call as your favorite,
That's
depending
true.
on the time of the day.
That's true.
And they've got all of them.
And I tell you, I want to extend get well wishes to my fiance at home, Kelly, who's under the weather. We'll have her here in 2 weeks. Well, actually, we won't have her in 2 weeks, but we'll have her the next game on the road. This is Denmeyer. He has a crease, but it closes quickly at the 27-yard line. And that, my friends, is Davion Sturgis.
Heck of a tackle. Sturgis does a great job. He's kind of the everywhere guy.
Well, he burst on the scene 2 years ago, then really developed last year. And now, folks, he has developed into a heck of a linebacker. He was
really
great then. But you want to talk about some size. He goes 6'4", 200 now.
Yeah, he's put on a lot.
And can still run like a deer.
Real weight.
Yes, sir. In motion to the far side. They give it off to Brock, running left. He has nothing there. He'll stretch and maybe get to the back of the line of scrimmage, maybe eke out a yard. Davion Sturgis, along with Tomlin on the stop. Gave him a few inches, so it's 2nd and 10. Sun is finally set on a gorgeous night for football in Central Kentucky. Wow.
Beautiful.
They bring the guy in motion from left to right again. Or right to left, I should say. I'm going to learn my right from my left here. Anderson back to throw. He's looking down the crease. He has Denmeyer again. Catches it, drops the football, and it's still loose, and I think Woodford County's got it at the 26. They do, and that's the first turnover of the game, and the Jackets have it. Big play. They're going to talk about it. Are they going to call it incomplete?
I don't know.
Did he secure it and then drop it? That's the question.
I think about high school football, at least right now, and in Kentucky, we don't have instant replay for the referees.
It is Woodford County ball.
So they're going to give that to Woodford County.
That was a nice throw by Anderson. He had late pressure, and I believe that was Hodge that came late. But
it was a great throw.
Blown coverage on Woodford County's part. They let Denmeyer run right down the seam, which is right along the hash marks. Big gainer turned into a turnover, and I didn't see who recovered the fumble for Woodford. Did you get it?
No, I'm looking at this little tiny screen trying to manage it.
Oh, well, we got this right here. That's what we'll do here. Yeah, that'll help you.
There you go.
1st and 10, Yellow Jackets from the 26, their own 26. They throw out here in the flat to Taylor. Another great block by Makai Smith. Taylor, oh, my, what a shoestring tackle for Pulaski County. That is number 1, Cohen Finley, a freshman. If he doesn't get the shoelace of Taylor, I don't know if anybody had the angle to catch him.
No, he is so quick. He's at top speed in a step and a half, and my goodness, what a tackle! Yep. What a lucky tackle!
15-yard gain. He sold out. He stretched out that 6'1" frame. Did Finley? He's the only guy that really had a true shot at him. 1st and 10, Jackets from their own 41, leading by 10, and we have a whistle. And what do we have? We have a false start. Looks like they're going to call it on the center, I believe. The official here on the near side shrugging his shoulders like somebody flinched. A 5-yard penalty back to the 36, so it's 1st and 15 for Woodford. Didn't see it because they're pointing here to the left side of the offensive line. Nason keeps it, gets back to the line of scrimmage, may have eked out a yard, so it's 2nd down and long.
I get sense of number 43 there for the Maroons, or 45 there for the Maroons.
That's Loveless.
He's spying Nason. His eyes did not leave Nason in that entire play, and he closed the door pretty quickly.
Real sure tackle in open field by Lovelace. Because usually you put a linebacker one-on-one with Nason. Nason's got pretty nimble feet. You're going to think he's going to not run over the linebacker, but he's going to juke and run off and leave him. Pulaski showing blitz. They back out of it. They bring Crow in motion. Nason cuts it up, 40, 45. Gets to the midfield stripe. He's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down.
Boy, I'll tell you what. Nason was, again, a step away. He chose in instead of out, and it lost that mental telepathic connection between his blocker.
Yeah, Wurtzler was trying to get there, but he didn't want to block in the back either. Yeah. 3rd and 1 with 9:08 to play in the opening half. Woodford County leading here on the Woodford County Public Schools High School Game of the Week. Glad you're with us. Darren Douglas along with Andy Smith. Wurtzler. Everybody in tight. Nason pulls it. Runs right. Pitches back. He has Crow. Crow, 45, and that's where he'll be dropped at the 44. That's a gain of 6. Boy, what a heady play by Wyatt Crow.
Yeah.
Because Crow was out there wide. He was basically going to be a release valve in case Nason needed. Nason didn't see a crease to cut it up, so Crow stepped behind Nason, which makes it a lateral. Now,
I'll tell you what, Darren,
it's
and that's one of those plays.
You can't teach that.
That's one of those plays where the coach on the sideline says, "No, okay,
yeah, don't do that."
All right,
and it worked out. So 1st and 10, Jackets from the Pulaski 44. Nason back to throw, pump, steps up. He has room to run. He's going to run it and run out of bounds, and then just a little tap from Lovelace, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, he settled in, and Lovelace has got to have a little better discipline than that.
Yeah.
Nason likes to duck that last tackler, but at the same time, he just got baited.
Yeah, he was smart to get out of bounds. Lovelace was standing right there. He got 2, and it's going to get an automatic first down with the 15 tacked on after that.
Yeah, that's just a heads up play by Nason, and he baited the hook there.
Yeah, and Lovelace bit. But here's the thing: I can understand Lovelace. You're trying to chase around this little water bug as a quarterback. Now, Nason's not that little,
right?
But I mean, he goes 6'1", 180. That's pretty decent size. But you get tired of chasing those guys.
Yeah.
And I understand.
You understand?
It was just a little tap. It wasn't as bad as it could have been.
No, but it was out of bounds.
Correct. 1st and 10 for Woodford from the Pulaski County 28. They bring Taylor in motion. They keep it with Nason right up the middle. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And I tell you what, the lead guy on that block was Mr. We got a flag where?
I think we've got a flag down on about the 15, make that the 11-yard line.
They're going to call it 11. They're going to call it, I think, on Mackay Smith.
Probably. That's a tough block.
Or Dorian Tomlin, one of the two. Now they're going to call on Wurtzler, I think. Smith just coming in the lineup.
Holding.
It's a holding late.
That's a hard block to make. And again, I said that earlier. It's hard to express how difficult it is to not be called for holding on the outside there.
Well, take the touchdown off the board, a 10-yard penalty from the point of infraction. They move it back to the Pulaski County 23. So it's 1st in, 6 for Woodford County. They need the 18. Actually, it's 1st and 5. Trips here to the near side. Wade back to the right. Nason back to throw. Steps up. Looking for Wade on the slant. Got it. Down to the 2.
Good throw, good catch. Pitch and catch.
On the tackle, Braden Ping for Pulaski County. And Woodford County has it 1st and goal from, they mark it at the 2. 1st and goal, Jackets. And the Jackets going with several of the big uglies.
The big uglies.
No offense to the linemen. If you're talking to a lineman, that's what they take pride in calling themselves, even
the
though
hogs, the big uglies, the big boys,
the grunts.
The grunts. I'll give it all to them. They're down there in the mud, the blood.
And we're going to have a timeout, Woodford County, as we've got, and I mean, when I say the big guys up front, I'll tell you that in a minute. Falling Springs is a 72,000 square foot Recreation and Performing Arts Theater located in the Woodford County Park just outside of Community Stadium. It offers fun for every member of your family, from basketball, swimming, pickleball, weights. There's even a 300-seat theater. The center even also includes meeting and party rooms for all occasions. Annual memberships are available with 20-card visits and summer passes. Facilities are also available for birthday parties, baby showers, and other events as well. Check out Falling Springs today at their website at vwcparksrec.com for more information, or call 873-5948. Falling Springs, it's more than just a gym. You have Cobble, and they give it off, and did he get in? Touchdown, Yellow Jackets, and I believe that was Preston.
My goodness.
It was Preston, and that was the Dumas brothers up top, and we have an injured player on the far side of the field for Woodford County.
We've got a lineman down, it looks like.
Is that the other? That's not the other Dumas. When I say the big folks for Woodford, now, Cobble goes 5'9", but he goes 240. The guy next to him, in case you were wondering, he's Dejan Dumas. He's a junior. He goes 6'5", 305 pounds.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Can you say Refrigerator Perry?
Well,
Showing my age. For those you folks that are home watching and don't know who Refrigerator Perry is, Google him.
yeah. Google Refrigerator Perry plyometrics.
Yeah.
There was I remember a press conference in
That was,
particular where
Kyle Woodside, the injured Jacket.
Mike Ditka, they were asking about the concern about the fridge being 320 pounds, and Fridge was there, and Ditka looked at Fridge and said, they asked, "Are you worried about his weight?" And he said, "Fridge, stand up." And Perry stood up, and he says, "Fridge, jump on the table." He does a straight vertical, jumps up on the table, and he says, "Fridge, jump off the table." He gets off the table. His next question.
Well, and the other thing about William, the Refrigerator Perry, folks, he also ran, I think, like a flat 5 in the 40.
Probably.
And he can dunk a basketball, too.
Scored several touchdowns for the Bears in 1985.
Logan Ford on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. With 7:19 to play before halftime. Score now reads 24-7, Woodford County.
Boy, I'll tell you, man, Woodford County putting together some impressive numbers on offense tonight against Pulaski County. This is, they've got to be a little shell-shocked.
I agree.
Does do the Maroons, and what do we got?
Got a problem with the camera right now.
Yeah.
But I will get it back up and running. Just bear with us, folks.
What happened?
We just had a little problem with the camera. We'll go back to it in just a second. Get a shot of us here in the press box here.
Sorry about that, folks. Didn't mean to jump scare you.
Yeah. 24-7, Woodford County here in the second quarter of play. 7:19 to play before the halftime break, and Woodford County has scored on every possession tonight. 3 touchdowns and a field goal.
Well, there you go.
We talk about offensive efficiency. That's what you were talking about last week in the Warren game. Denmeyer, the near side guy. Simpson, the far side. They squib it on the ground. It comes down at the 27. That is Finley, who brings it up over the 35 to about the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Pulaski County from their own 38-yard line. It actually looks like they gave him the 39. So Anderson has thrown for a touchdown tonight, and he's not been sacked yet.
Woodford County's put some pressure, especially from the outside, on Anderson. And one throw he got off by just a step, and that ended up being fumbled and going over to Woodford County, resulting in the last score.
Twins to either side. The running back to the right of Anderson. He gives it off. Big hole. This is Brock, and he's still running down inside Woodford County territory to the Yellow Jacket 41. Boy, he's a nice-looking freshman.
Yeah, he can really move. And, yeah, you heard Darren right. He's a freshman. And not only can he move, he was picking him up and laying him down all the way down the field.
He was dragging. I believe that was Mekhi Smith he was dragging for the last few yards. Big gainer for Pulaski. And then this one goes for nothing. Waiting on him was Dumas.
Now they put the pressure on, called a little stun up front at Woodford County, and Dumas was just said, sorry, you're not going to carry me very far.
And then about the two inside linebackers, Hodge and Sturgis, also there. No gain. 2nd down and 10 from the Woodford County 40. Under 6.5 to play in the first half. Anderson back to throw. Jackets rush 4. He steps up, throws sidearm. Denmeyer with a catch across the middle. Down to the 25. He got inside of Wurtzler. And Anderson showed great pocket presence. Stepped up in the pocket. And he didn't throw that like you would want him to overhanded. He came about Kent to Culvey side.
Yeah, he had already moved in a little bit on his motion, and he didn't really have a choice. That was more of a flip than a throw. It looked like a catcher throwing the ball.
Gain of 15. It's 1st and 10 Maroons from the Woodford County 25. And we have a false start, and I think the guard rocked back out of his stance. Penalty of 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now for.
You're a Pulaski County coach right now. That's frustrating.
Yeah.
Is to come and have a couple of good plays like that, a couple of big plays, some passes connecting, seeing your quarterback acting like he's 3 steps ahead of where he actually is and the level of play, and then do that.
Yeah, he's a sophomore quarterback is Anderson. Sophomore.
Wow.
Young. Gives it off to Brock on the delay. He pounds it up in there. He's still on his feet. He'll get back near the original line of scrimmage. They still haven't blown it dead.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
That is dangerous. It looked like a rugby scrum. Tomlin comes hobbling out, got his foot stepped on by one of those linemen. I don't know if it was an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. That's a lot of meat on both sides of the ball. You get those little digits stepped on, it hurts.
It hurts.
Gain of 3, actually give him 4. It'll be 2nd down and 11. Under 5 to play in the half. Anderson back to throw. Late blitz from Hodge. Gets there too late. Denmeyer, though, breaks a tackle and gets inside the 5 to the 4. Wurtzler gave him some space. And again, Anderson with a nice throw on the move. This one not moving forward. He was backpedaling and then released it underneath the hands of Hodge.
County looks like they're going to call a timeout here.
Jacket's going to take a timeout, and Dennis Johnson seeks out his cornerback, Wurtzler. Wanted to know why he gave Denmeyer so much room.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a lost, like I was saying earlier, you get in that space of inevitability.
Yep.
And you sort of, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like the mindset of that little kid who plays right field on a Little League team, just kind of sitting out there, and then all of a sudden the ball's coming to him. He doesn't know what's going on.
Right.
Sort of the same.
Everybody's
sort of
hollering.
Thing. Yeah, and sort of the same kind of deal. You start watching a quarterback, you've been playing offense, and you just kind of get this sense of, like, disconnection. And you see that happen a lot in high school.
Well, what about this? I like that one as the right fielder guy, but we had some guys that I know that were pretty doggone good right fielders that when I coached. If you watch the perception of inevitability, watch a T-ball game.
Well, that's more just space.
Those guys and gals have no idea that they're out there playing baseball. They don't care. But I tell you what, if you ask them the score, they can tell you the score.
They'll tell you the score, but
yes, sir.
That's more space. That's less the sense of we're going to win, and I don't really need to play.
It'll be 1st and goal for Pulaski from the Woodford County 5 with 4:42 to play in the first half. Anderson gives it off to Brock. He'll move the pile forward, and now they'll just pull him into the end zone. I tell you what, if you're Notre Dame, that touchdown, they give it to him late. Here's the thing. If you're Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart, you'll be forever connected with football. They call it the Bush push, but that wasn't a push.
That was a pull.
That was a pull.
Woodford County got outmanned on that one.
Yeah, there was nothing they could do there. They just got deep into the end zone, and Pulaski has cut it to 11 with 4.5 minutes to play in the half and mounts on to Chai the extra point.
Well, the lesson you learn there is you don't wait for the whistle. You play to the whistle.
Yeah.
You don't stop and wait.
The snap is down. The kick is up by Mounts, and it's good. 24-14 now. Woodford County on top. And the Yellow Jackets would love a drive to maybe eat up this 4.5 minutes and put 7 more on the board here, Andy.
Absolutely, Darren. I think that they would love to score once at least. What do you have, 4 minutes and 30 seconds? They really need to put some points on the board. And that field goal is turning out to be pretty
big right now. Ricardo's, a unique Southern dining experience, awaits in historic downtown Versailles for your dining pleasure. Combined with an upbeat atmosphere, you also have then Ricardo's. Located just outside of downtown, as I mentioned, Ricardo's features everything from burgers to salads. They also offer entrees like fish and chips and the famous Kentucky Hot Brown. Take your family tonight to Ricardo's at 110 Frankfort Street or call 859-873-3663 for either a carryout or curbside service.
Ricardo's is a great place to watch the game, too, I think.
Yep. Cats and Zips tomorrow night.
Oh, there you go.
Under the lights. I believe at 5 o'clock is the kickoff, I think, for that game.
Little Poochie.
They pooch it and
didn't go 10 yards.
Didn't go 10 yards. It stopped at the 46-yard line. Woodford will take it right there.
That was that spinny onside, and it just didn't roll over for them.
Well, I'm wondering were they planning on kicking it that way, or is it just
I think he just missed it.
Missed it.
If that ball rolls over, it's gonna dribble out, and Woodford wasn't really ready for the onside there, and I don't blame Pulaski County. It's a great time to run an onside kick.
Coach Hines was playing to get another possession here in first half, maybe get a score, a touchdown, or even a field goal.
Absolutely.
To bring it to a one-score game.
Yeah, good
and then
call.
get the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, that's just a lack of awareness. I don't know if they were ready for it or not. Woodford County reception team didn't look like they were ready for an onside kick, but that's the call, and there was no hiding that. They just lined up in that tight formation.
Yep.
Woodford used to run a tight formation onside kick like that where the kicker would kick it to himself back in 2013.
Well, a 10-yard penalty after the fact, illegal touching. Taylor in motion, gets it going around the right side. Nice job on that side of setting the edge. And I believe, can I pick up a number? That is Bales, 57. For the Maroons, he did a great job of setting the edge, and not only setting the edge, he made the tackle.
If they can keep Woodford County from getting a first down here and have to give the ball up, they really have a shot. And I'm sure they're going to throw some stunts at them. Now, if Woodford County gets a first down, you can expect them to go into stop a touchdown mode instead of get the ball back mode.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 from the Pulaski 39. 2 receivers to this side, the wing back to the right side. Mason back to throw. Looking downfield, and he way overthrows Mekhi Smith.
Well, that one.
Boy, if he looks over here, though, he has Joyner all alone in the backside of the end zone here to the left.
Well, he had some pressure coming from Pulaski County.
3rd and 11 now.
And I expect them to do the same thing. I expect them to pin their ears back and come after it here.
You know, they weren't getting pressure with their regular down 4 or down 3 what they're doing, but they have started bringing some linebackers. Yeah. So that's helping get pressure on Nason. Nobody in the middle. Well, we have a safety in the middle of the field. They'll roll it this side. Nason back to throw. Looks to the far side. He has Smith. Breaks a tackle. Cuts it back in. Gets down the sidelines. Nice block by Leland Taylor to get him free and a first down.
Now here's where Pulaski County is going to see. I don't expect to see any more stunts from them. I expect them to bring in some linemen that can push back and try and prevent another score from Woodford County, at least another 7 points from Woodford County.
Well, when Simpson missed the tackle, Simpson got it to Smith. He just couldn't hang on to him. And when Smith broke that tackle, there was nobody down there in a block from Leland Taylor. Got him down inside the Pulaski 10 to the 8. And it's 1st and goal, Woodford County. Put it at the 8. And they go back to this big look again. Dumas, 54. And Cobble. And the tailback is Davis. Or excuse me, not Davis. Preston. Nason, bootleg, comes around here to the right side. Good job by, I believe that is number 18 for Pulaski. That is Gavin Atwell. The junior stayed at home, did a nice job. And it's now 3rd and goal from the just inside the 4. 2nd and goal, excuse me. So you got really 2 more shots to get this thing in. You may be in 4-down territory.
Could be. And just running the clock is.
Yep. Same formation. Everybody in tight.
Yeah,
and a whistle and a false start. And I believe it's on the right guard. That would be Kyle Woodside. Actually, I think it's on the left. I think Woodside's on the left.
That is not what you want for Woodford County. You want to be able to pound the ball in here, but it doesn't take them out of position. It doesn't take them out of scoring position, especially.
Yeah, boy, Woodford went big. They only went big. In it, tied in, was the younger bug, Carson, 6'4", 250, and a sophomore. 6'5", I should say. Pardon me. I shorted him an inch. And he was the tight end on that right side. Pistol formation. Trips to the left. Nason fakes it. Nope, gives it, and he keeps it. And they continue to let the whistle not blow. Good grief. Forward momentum was stopped. And that's where, if an official, you let people get hurt if you let that go too long.
That's exactly right.
And I would scream about that with any team. Stop it.
Part of the job of the officials is
to
keep people
protect.
safe.
Right.
That's,
3rd and goal now from the 10. He lost 2. Nason probably should have given that off.
Maybe. You tried to get him to give it. You gave it. You said give it.
He said give it.
give it.
He didn't listen. 3rd and goal from the 10. In motion goes Taylor. Nason keeps it, gets to the 6.
Once again, give a lot of credit to the Pulaski County linebackers. They're doing a great job of keeping their head on the quarterback.
Yeah, and I understand what Nason's trying to do. He's trying to pull it and keep it. But I tell you what, I would take my chances with Leland Taylor running to the wide side of the field. And you got a linebacker scraping, trying to get to him.
Right. I think, and again, the backside, though, of Pulaski County's defense
did a nice job. Job. Oh, yeah. Don't allow that cutback. Forward to attempt a 25-yard field goal this time. I think Dennis is going to let it run down as we're under 30 seconds to play in the first half. Woodford County 24-14.
Your offensive line needs to stay set. They're going to call time.
Timeout. Woodford County, their final timeout with 21 seconds exactly.
Yeah,
is Dennis thinking about going for it here?
I don't know. I mean, obvious I would be, but I think it's a little sliver in your brain. It's not probably. It's just a little glimmer.
It's that little devil of those 2 guys on the corner.
That's right.
One on each shoulder. The good one is talking, kick it, get the points.
Yep.
Kick it, get the points.
Yeah.
The other side's telling you,
although we're seeing some
go for it.
We're seeing some personnel transition.
Let's see. I think we're going to go back for it. We are.
Looks like kicker's coming off, and they saw something they liked, so they're going to try and score. I think that this may have a little bit to do, Darren, with not wanting to give the ball back to Pulaski County at all.
Because they still have 3 timeouts left.
That's right. And so, I don't know, though, but, I mean, kicking that field goal gives you 27-14. And
correct.
That puts you in two-score territory.
So here we go. Pistol formation. Back to the regular set. Wingbacks on either side. Wertzler throwing to the far side to Mackay Smith. Incomplete. Great job by Xander Simpson. And Smith saying, throw it up to the pylon. If he throws it to the back corner, Simpson's inside of Smith.
Yep.
And that'll give Smith a chance to go back and get it. Incomplete, and Pulaski County holds.
And they're going to take their shot here, I would imagine.
If I'm Woodford, I put guys deep. Deep.
We'll see if they're going to run a prevent here. Or
kind of like they did on the 2-point, the last play of the game against Warren last week.
Yeah. Well, what do we got here?
Oh, Pulaski's going to give the appearance. They are going to take the knee.
Oh. Don't want to get anybody hurt. You see the whole field there that you have to cover, and not a bad call.
Nope.
The game doesn't change either way, and the percentages play out to kneel out.
We're at halftime here in Versailles at Community Stadium, the rematch of a great 5A playoff game a year ago. Jackets lead 24-14 here at halftime. Mr. Appliance is one of the most trusted and experienced providers of appliance repair located in Georgetown, Kentucky. Since 1996, they built quite a reputation for themselves by putting customers first and taking pride in doing quality work. Mr. Appliance offers a wide range of residential and commercial services, refrigerator repair, dishwasher repair, washing machine and dryer repair, oven repair, and much, much more. But best of all parts and labor are 100% guaranteed to you, the customer's satisfaction. Call today at 859-657-1741 and discover the Mr. Appliance difference.
Hey, Darren, look at this out here on the field right now. We've got a lot of junior cheerleaders. This is that program. Both of my daughters did it.
Okay.
Years ago. And
I was going to say a long time ago.
They work for, one of them's a sophomore at UK now. The other one's a junior at Woodford County High School. So, they work all week with cheerleaders from Woodford County on a routine. They get partnered up during the whole time, and now they get to come out and do a little cheer at halftime.
That'll work. Versailles Brewing Company is a unique dining experience for you here in Woodford County in the Lexington Road Plaza. Located in the heart of horse country, VBC offers you a menu selection that is made with ingredients all grown and raised right here in Woodford County. You can dine in, carry out, or pick up curbside. Versailles Brewing Company, 513 Marcells Road in the Lexington Road Plaza, or call today, 859-256-0169. Also, Weatherization Plus, another great sponsor of ours. High energy bills, uncomfortable rooms, or concerns over indoor air quality? Then call Weatherization Plus today at 859-214-4446 or stop by 124 Frankfort Street in Versailles to schedule your free in-home consultation, which includes air and duct sealing, crawl space encapsulation, whole house and attic fans, vapor barriers, insulation and insulation extraction. We get to the root of your energy problems and leave you feeling confident that you made the right choice by our guarantee. No change in orders or hidden fees, estimate, or is what you pay. No surprises there. Custom solutions tailored to your home energy problem, and they will treat you and your home with respect, leaving it better than when they found it. That's Weatherization Plus, improving your home's performance. Also by Woodford Seal Coat. Are you tired of looking at a worn-out driveway, lane, or parking lot? Then call Woodford Seal Coat for a free estimate. Woodford Seal Coat services both commercial and residential customers that need crack filling, hole patching, sealing, and striping. Set up your free estimate today by calling 859-873-7456 or by email at woodfordsealcoat.com. Help protect your investment by calling Woodford Seal Coat, a proud sponsor of Yellow Jacket Athletics. And on a cool night here in Versailles, why not stop by Dairy Queen? 2 locations in Versailles. You have the one on Frankfort Street, the original Dairy Queen, which I think I've put away probably about 150 pounds in my lifetime at that place, or the one on Huntertown Road just off US 60. Go see Dairy Queen today. We're happy never tasted so good. How about Woodford Car Company, Tony Spears, all our sponsors. How about this, folks? All our sponsors either located in Woodford County or are owned by Woodford County High School alum. Can't beat that. But we'll talk about Woodford Car Company. That's Tony Spears' company. Whether you have a specific vehicle in mind, want a little help finding a great vehicle to suit your family needs, or just toying with the idea of trading in your current vehicle, then contact Woodford Car Company. At Woodford Car Company, we want to make the car buying experience as painless as possible, simple and fun. Stop in today at 404 Lexington Road, Suite 101, or call Tony at 859-413-4218 and let our seasoned sales staff help you with your shopping needs. Also, got to thank 2 other people. One, Cindy Chirac. Cindy is a realtor in Versailles, a Woodford County alum as well. She is part of that Lane family, too. That includes Coach Don Lane and his wife, Mana, who are valued viewers of the Yellow Jacket Sports Network on YouTube. So, Coach Lane and Mana, how you all doing tonight? But Cindy will help you find your home either in Versailles, Woodford County, Midway, wherever, or surrounding counties. Cindy will help you at Rector Hayden Realtors. And by our judge executive in the fiscal court, James Kay. I want to thank James for all he does for the citizens of Woodford County and everything he does for us on the Yellow Jacket Sports Network as well. James Kay working hard for every citizen of Woodford County today, tomorrow, and in the future. Well, Andy, Jackets scored on every possession in the first half but the final one. It could have been a big boost momentum-wise for the Jackets to go up 3 scores. Yeah. Again, we talk about going for the field goal or the touchdown. They had the touchdown. They had the matchup they wanted. Mackay Smith on Xander Simpson. Simpson did a great job, though, of getting the inside position on Mackay Smith. And you may have seen on the video that Mackay came over talking to Justice Wertzler, who was inserted in at quarterback. Get it up higher. Yeah. Let me go get it.
I'm 6'4".
And he's 6'4", a dynamite rebounder on the floor, on the basketball floor. Yep. Let him go up and get it. He has a height advantage, may have a strength advantage against Simpson, but throw it to that back pylon where the only guy that can catch it is your guy.
Yeah, you got to play 3 flies up there, and you got to cheat a little bit.
Yep.
Back when I was coaching little guys and middle school age, one of the DB's favorite things to do was play 3 flies up for a heel touch, and we'd go teach them to go get the ball at the highest point there. And you just hope that your quarterback will throw it to you.
Well, and I had I can't remember who it was. Tim Couch had a receiver, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Jimmy Robinson. Everybody remembers him back in the late 90s. We had the dynamic receivers. You had Quentin McCord. You had Craig Yeast and all those guys. You had a tight end of James Whalen, Jimmy.
Quentin McCord. Wow.
Yeah. You had, who was the other tight end? I can't remember his name offhand, but James Whalen was the backup. Tell you how good the other guy was.
Smith. It was Smith.
I think you might
Tim
be right.
Couch didn't throw to Smith, though.
But,
they went to the same high school.
Oh, what was his first name? Derek Smith. But that, the receiver said, you cannot outthrow me. Throw it up. If you throw it over my head and I can't jump up and get it, it's going to be an incompletion anyway. The ball's going to go over on downs anyway. Right. But give me a chance to climb the ladder and go get it. That's what
right.
McKine was trying to tell his young quarterback. And I say young quarterback because Wertzler's in his first year of football here at Woodford County. Throw it up there, let me go get it, or give a chance for me to go get it.
Well, that's high school football, and that's what they're not going to play every single throw.
No.
Exactly right. And that's just what happens.
Yeah. And the thing is, Woodford's played a pretty good half of football. You've given up a couple of big plays. The touchdown to Denmeyer to get Pulaski on the board for the first time tonight. Another pass to Denmeyer, who had the catch and then was trying to secure it. And I believe that was Mackay Smith that came in and punched it away from behind him. It might have been Justice Wertzler. I couldn't tell. So one of those punched away. Didn't see he recovered the fumble for Woodford, but that nullified a Pulaski County drive.
Yeah.
Then you stopped them in your own territory on 4 downs.
So what you're saying, Darren, is Pulaski County had some opportunities that Woodford County managed to once again come up big on defense with. It sounds like that tells you a lot about why Pulaski County kneeled out on that last one, thinking 2 touchdowns down against a team that gave us some huge plays. You saw some windows, if you're Pulaski County, that you hope your team can go through in the second half. Now, Woodford County's got to shore some things up on defense, especially in the secondary, which we haven't been saying this year very much.
Right.
The secondary really needs to kind of turn their eyes on and not get stuck, as you like to say, watching the quarterback, get their eyes in the backfield, and stay on their man. And that that sort of, I don't want to call it lackadaisical, but I will say that they're playing a little soft in the defensive secondary right now. Up front, however, where I've been moderately critical in that defensive backfield when it comes to the linebackers, they've done a great job tonight. They have done what they needed to do. A couple of big runs up the middle, but other than that, they've been all over the running backs, and it's been impressive. If Pulaski County is able to get one run, they're not able to get two, and that's not always been the case this year, Darren. So that's just where I think Woodford needs to step up a little bit, is in that defensive secondary.
Well, and the thing is, too, Andy, I just had a text message from a buddy of mine. He's saying, well, Pulaski County's line is not as big as the line from Warren High School a week ago. Yeah. I beg to differ. Let me give you the size of this offensive line for Pulaski County. I did something with my sheet and I can't find it. Here we go. We have a freshman at the left tackle, Brady Hull. He goes 6'2", 262. Bryston Brown is a junior at left guard, 5'8", 245. Camden Denham is a 6'2", 262-pound junior at center. The right side, right guard, Tyler Johnson, 6'1", 301 and a senior. And Kylan Grover, 6 foot 271 and a junior. Those are the starting five. How about the backups? Tommy York, 6 foot 266. Cade Inabnit, 5'10", 214. He's the little one of that group. Levi Brashears, 5'11", 272 and a sophomore. Andrew Cash, 6'3", 245 and a freshman. And Alex Inabnit, 6'1", 265 and a freshman. So they are as big as that team from Warren last week. So Woodford County is doing a better job, especially now. You're not going. If we call a lot of tackles, Andy, and you can help explain this a little bit too, or probably better than I can. But if you got defensive linemen making a lot of tackles,
yeah,
you're going to run into situations where you're seeing tackles for loss and sacks. That's good. But theoretically, your defensive linemen, their jobs are to occupy offensive linemen, 1 and 2 at a time maybe, to allow the linebackers to run free to make more of the tackles.
Now, that's an adjustment that Woodford County's had to make. We talked about this before, though, that they have to rely more on their defensive line because they just don't have that 230-pound linebacker to step up in there and make those blocks. But you're absolutely right, Darren. If the offensive line's not getting to the linebackers, they're going to be able to make those tackles, which is what their job is. And if the defensive line can't keep them off the linebackers, is when you see those big runs, the big holes pop up. So what you said is exactly right. And I think that Woodford's not done a bad job so far. There have been a couple of plays with a couple of counters that caught them, and a couple of times they did get down to the linebacker, did Pulaski, and did a good job of gashing Woodford County right up the middle. But I was impressed overall with Woodford's ability to stop the run, especially between the guards.
Well, Woodford County with a 10-point advantage here at halftime. Both teams back in on the field. We have I've had another friend of mine going, I haven't seen Woodford County play at home this year in those gold jerseys. Well, from what I either gather, there's one of two things that have happened. One is they put them in storage and left them there because they haven't gotten the number changes on them to where they go from that gold on gold with that little thin black outline to the black numbers with the gold outline. Well, or they just been putting them in storage because they don't want to use them this year.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope they burned them.
Well,
and the only reason I say that, they may look sharp from a distance, but they are hard to watch and hard to broadcast.
Yes,
we
sir.
Can't see any numbers. We just put the rosters up and hope we guess the position.
A lot of people tell us, guess what? You're guessing at who it was. Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah.
And even with binoculars. Yeah. Even with binoculars, it's kind of tough to see. So Woodford County is loosening up here. And, I didn't want to say this in the pregame, Andy, but when I got the 2D from Coach Dennis Johnson this week, he had all three quarterbacks. He had Coons, Wertzler, and Nason all on the number one line, which tells me they had no idea who they were going to start.
Or they were just giving that roster to everybody, so we had no idea
Correct.
who they were going to start. There's a little bit of
Gamesmanship.
Call it gamesmanship, call it chess, call it whatever you want, but a little bit of we're not telling.
Yeah. The best head coach at any level with the gamesmanship, Bill Belichick. Of course, I don't think I've ever seen that man smile.
Oh, maybe once or twice.
Maybe. Even when the Super Bowl, he never smiled. But somebody said, well, what was that, man? Well, Tom Brady was always listed on the NFL injured reserve list as probable. So that was interesting the way they did that. So, when you have a guy like that, as talented as he was, you've got a game plan for him.
Yeah.
Did he run the ball a lot? No. Did he take a lot of hits? Not really. Somebody said, well, he did some quarterback sneaks. Well, guess what? How many quarterbacks do you see when they take the snap, they don't go right directly behind the center? He went either to the left guard or the right guard. That way you avoid any direct hits.
Yeah. No, you're not going to see that in the NFL anymore for
No.
a long time. You're not going to have anybody running into a 260-pound 4.4 40 on the defensive side.
No.
That's worth several $1 million.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen.
And also now we want to, I know he's probably not listening to us, but we want to send up prayers from Jacket Nation here in Versailles to Aaron Rodgers, whose not only season is over early in the first quarter of his very first game with his new team, his career is in jeopardy right now.
Yeah, I think he's done.
You did. If you were living under a rock the last 7 days, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles. Not a good sign for Jets fans.
A torn Achilles will wreck a 20-year-old's career.
Mm-hmm.
Much less what is he, 40?
40-something. I don't think we ever know his true age, to be honest with you. But, you look at that and, say, well, he's getting millions and millions and millions of dollars. But
That's fine.
you know what? As a quarterback or as a pro athlete or as an athlete in general, how hard is it, real quickly, give us a quick answer. How hard is it to say, I've had enough playing?
It's hard for anybody at any level.
Yeah.
It's just you don't want.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's the thing. It is the thing of competition, and it's so hard to walk away from it.
Well, you've been living for the next game for your entire life, and
or even the next practice.
So when the next game is no longer a thing, you've made that call yourself.
Yes.
That's a hard call to make. You'd
It
rather
is.
have it made for you.
The one guy.
Sometimes.
I think the one guy who did it and did it at a time when he was ready to retire, and I tell it this because I was a huge fan of him, not when he played at the University of Maryland, but when he played for the Bengals, was Boomer Esiason. When his time came, he said, I'm done. And he didn't push it any further. Well, in case you're wondering why we're standing, and no, it's not a frozen screen. We are waiting on the clock for halftime to run out. You have the 15-minute halftime, then you have the added 3 minutes. So you have 18 minutes of halftime.
Right.
But both teams are ready to go, and
3 seconds, and here we go.
yeah. J.B. Hudson on the controls of the clock over there tonight.
Hey, former Woodford County Yellow Jacket.
Woodford County Yellow Jacket.
One of the big uglies.
Yes.
Now teaching at Woodford County High School.
Boy, it makes me feel old that he's teaching now.
There you go.
How about you?
Hey, man.
You had him in class, didn't
I
you?
had him in class, and I had him on the field as well.
Here we go. Woodford will move left to right on your viewing device. Ford approaches. This one he will kick down the field. It'll hit and go out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Tell you what, he's got a nice leg, but he has a tendency to do what my golf shot off the tee does, the shank job. The shank job. It'll do the slice, the big slice, or the hook actually goes. I'm a right-handed golfer, so it goes right to left in a hurry. It starts at the 35-yard line, no time off the clock. But here's what I'm trying to say is I would love to see him kick it down the middle of the field. He lines up on the left hash mark when he kicks off. So here we go. First possession of the second half for Pulaski County from their own 35. They give it off to Brock, and he stumbles and may have a yard to the 36.
Boy, that third blade of grass really hit him hard.
Yeah, that turf monster reached up and grabbed him.
Yeah, that was.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Leighton Starks, who's been quiet, but let's give Leighton credit. They've been running away from him most of the night.
Absolutely. I would too if I saw that film.
Yep. Anderson rolls, cuts it up. Hodge after him and drops him at about the 42. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Pulaski County. And Hodge came a long way to make that play.
Yeah, he sure did. He had a lot of open field.
And an adjustment for our fans out there on the Pulaski County initial possession here. They rolled Anderson that time to the near side here. In the first half, he stayed in the pocket.
Well, that was something they had a little success with when he did move.
3rd and 3. Well, the center could have been called for an illegal snap. Looks like he's barking signals.
Yeah, the whole right-hand side of their whole right-hand side of the line is up and down too.
Anderson rolls right, throws, knocked down by Starks.
It's a heck of a play.
It was.
The little sidearm flip that we saw earlier does bring the ball down, and that's not what Pulaski County wanted. They need this first down to take any kind of momentum at all away from Woodford County, and it looks like they may be.
They're going to punt for the first time tonight. A punt by either side. How about that?
Yeah.
So Idlewind back in punt formation. And wide splits. You're not seeing things on the screen here. Idlewind shanks it off the side of the foot. It comes down and goes inside Woodford County territory. It still rolls. It's going to be a decent punt down to the Woodford County 21.
I'll tell you what, for a shank, Darren, that did some serious field position damage. Pulaski County likes that. This is where Woodford County kind of stalled out going the other direction at the end of the second quarter. So we'll see if they can take this. What are we looking at?
Looks like a 35-yard punt, no return. Not the prettiest thing on the book, but if you ask Idlewind, it was a beautiful hanger with nice hang time, and
he's going to be happy with that.
Turned over and all that good stuff. 1st and 10, Woodford County. Nason back in at quarterback. Preston will get the start at the fullback. 2 receivers to either side, stacked. Preston out to Taylor. Taylor breaks a tackle, breaks another one, breaks a third one. Comes up over the 30, gets to the 35-yard line. That was all Leland Taylor.
Wow. Leland Taylor, after he showed some speed, showing some toughness out there on the outside, Darren.
Showed some strength. Get him up to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of 13. 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets on their opening drive.
They're winding the clock.
Well, I tell you what, this offensive line has done a great job. It's kind of shifted around a little bit. We haven't told you about him. Xavier Hill still at center. Kyle Woodside now the left guard. Ram Alba still at left tackle. Cowing goes from left guard to right guard tonight. Samuel Garrison, a little gimpy tonight, will be back in action hopefully in 2 weeks. And Jairo Mendoza is the right tackle. Give it off to Preston, running left. Cuts it up, 35, breaks into the clear. Another first down, gain of 11.
Some nice little moves when you're going to cut inside. You don't want to have contact, and he didn't have any when he was able to pick up the first down.
To the Woodford County 46, so 2 plays. They moved it out from their own 22-yard line to the 46. 1st and 10, Woodford County.
That time taking advantage was Woodford of the overplay from Pulaski. Linebackers going to Nason instead of the running back.
Nason fakes, throws out here in the flat to Crow. Crow gets around the outside. Another first down inside Pulaski County territory. Mackay Smith again with great downfield blocking. They're going to mark him out at the 40, I believe.
Yep. Mackay Smith showing his ability to be an all-around player. If he's not catching a football, he's breaking somebody out.
That's a gain of 14. I actually give him the 41, so a gain of 13.
Wow.
How about 13, 11, and 13?
It's a heck of a series. They're really moving the football as Woodford.
Trips to the left. The widest is Wertzler. The slot man is Crow. The wingback Taylor to that side. Mackay Smith back here alone. Preston running here to the near side. Gets inside the 40 to about the 37. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 38. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Woodford County.
Starting to see a little frustration from that Pulaski County defense.
Well, Woodford's not running directly at them for the most part with that dive. They are having to cover the entire 54 yards from sideline to sideline.
Well, we know that Woodford loves to set up that first man through by doing that, and that usually goes for big yards. So we'll see what happens here.
2nd down and 6 for Woodford from the Pulaski County 38. 8.5 to play in the third. Preston coming this way again. Upended. Boy, if he keeps coming this way, because the defender, who was Broderick Finley, committed to go low. If he keeps running, Finley's got to reach out with a hand off balance, and he might get more. But he got to the 36-yard line. He needs a 31, so it's 3rd and 5 for Woodford County. Interesting, they've gone with Preston this entire drive at the running back position.
Yeah, that is interesting. He's doing a great job. He's seeing the field.
Mason back to throw, throws out here on the little hitch, and it may have been tipped, and it came up short.
Yeah, it looked like it was hit at the line of
4th
scrimmage.
and 5 now for Woodford County from the Pulaski County 36.
Woodford's got a decision here. 36-yard line is
Well, you're in no man's land, so I don't think you're going to look for a field goal. You may see a punt out of Coach Dennis Johnson, but nope, sending Andrew Nason out.
Here's the thing, Darren. Where does the ball get put on a kickoff that goes out of bounds?
35.
They're on the 36-yard line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you said no man's land. That's
Well, no man's land for trying to kick a field goal.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at the high school level. There's no Jackson Smith here in Woodford County. That was a Boyle County kicker now at the University of Kentucky who kicked a 51-yard field goal as an 8th grader.
Oh, wow.
Excuse me, a 7th grader. Give it off to Taylor, running this way, and he's not going to get there. We ran that sweep into the boundary, the short side of the field. I would love to see us run that to the wide side with Taylor, because you've got Pulaski all spread out. Now you give your wideouts a chance to run their guys off because they're going to man up. And now you got Taylor out there one-on-one with a linebacker trying to scrape and catch him on the wide side of the field.
We do like to run that to the short side.
Yes,
a
lot.
Excuse me. Woodford County likes to run that to the short side.
And that was Bales who made the play, the defensive end, who has been all over the place for the Maroons.
Yeah, he's doing an amazing job from both sides of the football. We got stoppage here.
I think we're going to have them complaining about the DJ music, I believe, because Coach Hines, as soon as the referee started playing, or as soon as they started spotting the football, let's see what they got here.
Yeah, the referee's, I think, going to come over here and
No,
have
they're
a
just
conversation.
they're actually.
Oh.
There's a spot of the football.
I got you. They roll it back.
Yeah, at the 37-yard line. No, actually, I think the linesman had it at the 37. The chains had it at the 36. 1st and 10 Maroons. Here on the second possession of the second half. They give it off to Brock. He breaks the line of scrimmage. He'll get up near a first down. He'll get to the Woodford County 49-yard line. That's a tremendous spot over there. I thought he got to the 48 for sure, but they're going to say at the 49. So that's a gain of 13, 11, 1st and 10.
Heck of a run there. He was patient.
Well, that's where the Bears of Warren last week killed Woodford, between the guards.
Yeah, he was very patient on that.
They give it off to him running left this time. He gets
Ball's
hit behind
up.
the ball's loose, and Pulaski got it back on it, I believe. Nope. They're going to say Woodford comes out with it. That is Wyatt Crow.
No, they're saying second down.
Oh, wow.
No, they said he had possession at the whistle. So.
Well, I don't know. He was still digging for it, and that was Boone Godby, number 16 in white, who recovered it. But that ball was still floating around in there. I don't think he had both hands on it. That way, there's a one where the whistle came quick. Woodford County almost had the second takeaway of the night, and it's 2nd down and 9. He got a yard out of that. Anderson back to throw, looking wide. And the catch made in front of Wertzler, I believe. That is Denmeyer. That's a gain down to the Woodford County 38-yard line. That's a gain of 11. 1st and 10, Pulaski County on the move, trying to cut this thing to a one-score game. I would have, I love the Woodford going for it on 4th and 5, but maybe a pooch kick and try to back them up. Throw across, looking for Denmeyer, just out of his reach. And Hodge put some pressure on Anderson. He couldn't step into the throw. He had to step back. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And joining us in the press box, I talk about him and he shows up. I don't talk about him, he's nowhere to be found. I'm referring to our judge executive here in Woodford County, James K. James, welcome,
Darren,
sir.
How's it going tonight?
I am doing well, sir, doing well. And I think Pulaski County's got an injured player on the far side, and that Denmeyer looks like he's shaking up, but he says, I'm fine. So 2nd down and 10. I'll ask you how you're doing in just a minute, Judge. I give it off to Brock, and he is straightened up at the line of scrimmage, and he ran into Mr. Sturgis.
Stood him up right there.
Yep. Sturgis was one. The first one there, helping clean it up was Reese Allen, a 6-foot sophomore, number 30 in black. How are you doing, Judge?
Hey, I'm doing great, Darren. It's been a big week in Woodford County, bud.
Huge week in Woodford County.
Absolutely.
Of course, now I can do this. Now I can promote it. This month of September is Older Americans Month, and the whole next week is all Senior Center Week across the country.
And the senior center is so important.
Yep. Anderson in trouble. He steps up in the pocket, breaks a couple of tackles, gets inside the 35 to about the 34, maybe the 33. He's going to be about 4 or 5 yards shy. Sturgis got a hold of him. And another one of that talented freshman class, Josiah McKee, got him as well. Josiah, 6'5", 245, and a freshman.
Josiah McKee's somebody to look out for. He's an up-and-comer. He is a big boy.
Big boy. His uncle, Ed, is watching tonight at home. Ed, your nephew made a nice play. 4th and 5 from the Woodford County 33. Anderson looking across the middle, dropped.
Nice.
Denmeyer trying to catch it and let it get into his pads, but then trying to also turn and run before he had it. And Woodford County turns him over on downs thanks to the drop pass. Again, Woodford County, James, defense steps up when they need to. That was aided by, though, that was a nice throw by Anderson, a little bit behind Denmeyer. But if you ask Denmeyer after the game, I'll guarantee he said, I should have caught it.
They go to that Denmeyer connection a lot. Crowd is great crowd tonight.
Yep.
The gold out in the
Yep.
student section.
Kelly just texted me, said that she has gotten a bunch of text messages wishing her to get well. She'll be back in 2 weeks when the Jackets play South Oldham. They give it off to Taylor, running wide field, cuts it up. Another great block from Wyatt Crow. 1st down into Pulaski County territory, and then it'll shove by Finley, and no flag coming. That was unnecessary outside the boundary. And Dennis Johnson getting James Ammerman an earful. That's the white hat.
Wyatt caught that edge and rolled.
Yeah. Another good block from Wyatt Crow, who's done some nice work on the perimeter. But, again, James, you may have heard me tell Andy a while ago, get Leland to that wide side of the field with his speed. Let him read the blocks and cut it up instead of coming to the short side of the field.
Great run by Leland.
1st and 10, Woodford County to the 48 of Pulaski. 5:01 to play. Clock stopped with Taylor run out of bounds. Trips to the left side, the wide side. They fake it to Taylor. Out to Crow in the flat. Gets down close to another 1st down to the 38, and a good job by Joyner tying up the cornerback to allow Crow some extra room to run.
Good-looking pass play right there.
Tell you what, does this offense look – I mean, we scored 40 points on the number 29 team in California last week. But with Nason in at quarterback, who's had that whole year of experience last year with that seasoned senior-laden class, he just looks confident.
He's got a good command of the offense.
He does. And the thing is, he's not – the young man, when you talk to him, he doesn't give off that arrogance. But the confidence level is just through the roof. 1st and 10, Woodford from the Maroons 38. Give it off to Preston, running wide. Cuts it back inside, gets down to the 35. Gain of 3. That was a nice read by Preston. He was wanting to bounce it wide. It wasn't there. He cut it back into the middle of the field, got 3. Anything positive keeps eating that clock up.
Andrew Nason brings that Monday's Landing magic, Darren. He's from down there.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, I was wondering when he would get the boat dock down there on the air. Tomorrow, we'll talk to Judge Exec about this coming up. 2nd and 7, Woodford County. High snap. Give it off to Preston. Running right. Cuts it back up in there again. Gets the first down inside the 30 to about the 25, maybe the 24. Lovelace on the stop. But again, a nice read. He wanted to bounce it. Saw the hole right there off the right tackle and cut it up in there. Got the first down. 1st and 10, Woodford from the Pulaski County 24. Tomorrow, hazardous waste pickup, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Tomorrow.
Also household hazardous waste day.
Yep.
Get rid of all your toxic chemicals.
Well, I got some paint cans I didn't get out. How do I get them taken care of tomorrow?
You just bring them out to the recycling center. We take care of that for you. You don't even have to get out of your car.
Sweet. I'll take that. Well, sorry, I'll be in Louisville tomorrow.
You drop them off. I'll pick them up for you.
Hey, that'll work. Kelly, you hear that, right?
Full service, Judge.
There you go. Give it off to Taylor, running right again. Short side of the field, he gets down to about the 20. Folks, he's here all night, too, with the County. And the Midway Fall Festival is tomorrow and Sunday.
Weather's
so if
setting
you're
up great for that.
good, and if you're planning on going to Georgetown, you might want to go Lexington to Georgetown, or get off there and go around Old Frankfort Pike the other way, or go all the way down to Frankfort, get on 64.
Yeah, they'll be backed up to the exit.
Because you will never get into Midway.
No.
Huh? Just go into Midway. But go see that great fall festival, and we'll talk about next weekend. They give it off to Hash, running left. Big hole. Inside the 15, down to about the 10, and it's 1st and goal, Woodford County. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 11. So it's 1st and 10, Woodford County from the Pulaski County 11. Then a week from tomorrow, the 23rd, will be the Versailles Twilight Festival downtown. Setup will start at 9 o'clock, so the streets for down Main Street will be closed from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. tomorrow night, correct? Are you aware of that?
Down in Midway? Or
No, Versailles on the 23rd.
On the 23rd, absolutely.
Okie doke. Come see me in our booth. We'll be down there, the Yellow Jacket Sports Network. And then you also see me, my real job, as my dad would say, as the Woodford County Senior Center Director. We'll be right next door.
That's your day job.
That's my day job. That's my real job, as my dad would say. Fake it. Nason's got a big hole on the left side. He's at the 10, the 5. Lowers his shoulder and gets down close to the goal line. He's got it 1st and goal inside the 1.
He sought out that contact.
He did.
Extra yardage.
Finley on the tackle for Pulaski County, but boy, Woodford got Nason got that whole Pulaski County defense flowing to their left. Woodford's right. Saw that huge gap on that left side, and he took it and was seeking the end zone. And looking for his 2nd touchdown of the night. But he's a yard shy. It's 1st and goal from the 1. Whoops, busted play. Nason, though, cuts it back, reaches, touchdown, Yellow Jackets. What will athletic ability do when there's a busted play? Just pull it down and run.
Pull it down and run. He really when it broke down, he knew what was going on.
I believe that was Hash that went the wrong way. He went left. Nason was expecting him to come to the right. No panic. Pull it down and run.
Yeah,
30-14.
Andrew Nason's looking great tonight.
The Jacket offensive line, who struggled at times last week against Warren, looking very, very comfortable tonight. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 4 for 4 on the night on extra points for Ford tonight.
4 for 4 Ford.
Yep, and 1 for 1 on field goals tonight for Logan. And it's 31-14 with a minute 23 to play in the 3rd. Nice drive from Woodford County, too. I'm telling you, you get the stop. It was a gift to you by a drop on a pass by one of the Pulaski County receivers, who has shown that he is a reliable receiver for his quarterback, Anderson. But
they target him a lot. I'll tell you, though, Darren, is there any place you'd rather be than Woodford County on this beautiful Friday night?
Oh, gorgeous Friday night tonight. And we want to thank all our veterans, too, because today was the America's White Table ceremony. Now, we are at the center are going to have it up year-round.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
So, are you aware what the America's White Table is, Andy? Okay. You better if you're a social studies teacher.
It's the POW
I told you about that last
MIA recognition day
Yeah.
as well as part of that white table.
Here's a
Long.
nice play by Richie Vila. 41 in white. That thing was, that ball, that football, the oblong thing can take a funny bounce occasionally, and he made a nice play. So it's
Darren,
first and 10.
I live in Henry Carl's old house. Henry Carl was a corporal in the United States Army. His glider went down over Nazi lines. He was 10 months in Germany, and they tortured him. And
I did not know that.
And Henry Carl is a great Woodford County, and we honored him today.
Yeah, I know Henry for a long time. Brock runs right, cuts it back inside. Sturgis has him, but Brock keeps those legs churning, and it's a gain of about 6. So I tell you what, folks, number 8 in white, keep your eyes on him over the next 3 years. He is going to be something else. Caden Brock is his name. So keep an eye on him. Anderson back to throw, steps up. He has a man open on the far side and incomplete. Looking for number 41. I got so many papers around here, Judge, I can't find them when I need it. Decker Wielden, a 6'5" tight end. 41 in white was the guy there, and Wielden is only a sophomore. So, folks, you're hearing a lot of sophomores and freshmen on both sides of the field tonight. So next year in Somerset, this is going to be an interesting matchup again. Anderson to throw. He has Wielden, who makes the catch at the Woodford County 44. So that's a gain of 10, and it's a first down.
Thank goodness he made that open field tackle, because that could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that was Mackay Smith on the tackle. 30 seconds to play in the third. Woodford County up 17. Anderson back to throw. Throws, looking. Oh, a nice defensive play by number 16. That is Ivan Turner, a 6-foot junior. Timed it perfectly. Got the right hand up and knocked it away from the Pulaski County receiver. That was number 5, Kyle Wethington, who has 4 inches on Turner. It's second and 10. Woodford County rushing 4, so electing this right now with a 17-point lead to not blitz. And as I say that, they're bringing the blitz. Denmeyer across the middle has a first down at the Woodford County 29-yard line. That gives them 15. And with 16.2 to play in the third, Pulaski County on the move.
Denmeyer's doing what he can to try to keep him in this thing.
Yep. Anderson again throwing off his back foot. He's kind of more of a gunslinger. He feels more comfortable under pressure doing that sidearm toss. Give it off to Brock. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Breaks another one. Gets a great block on the outside. He gets down close to another first down. That is Wethington, who tied up the cornerback. Give him 10. It's another first down for Pulaski County, but we go to the fourth quarter. Woodford County on top, 31-14. Pulaski County knocking on the door. We'll be back with the Yellow Jacket Sports Network, Woodford County High School Public Schools Game of the Week.
Well, it's always good to give the mic over to somebody a little more talented. Thank you, Judge K. Appreciate it.
Woodford County Public Schools continues to invest in their students by giving them the tools to have a lifetime of success through Portrait of a Learner, which is a set of 5 competencies to help them reach that success. These competencies are resilient learner, empathetic communicator, reflective collaborator. I can't even say that word.
I think it's collaborator.
Thank you.
It's all right. There's not that many L's in it.
Yeah, well, guess what? That's more than 9 letters. I'm in trouble. Responsible contributor, corrective problem solver. WCPS believes strongly in the importance and significance that the Portrait of a Learner will play in the education of its students, and is eager to embrace and implement this program as Woodford County Public Schools continues to be a place where kids win.
Good thing you didn't have that one when you were at Woodford County High School.
I
'cause
would have
think
never
one
made
of
it.
One of the tests is you got to be able to say all of them.
I would have never made it. I could have been able to spell it.
I can spell
Saying
it.
it's a different word.
I can spell it. Yeah.
Pulaski County, 1st and 10 from the Woodford County 19. As we begin the fourth quarter play, they give it off to Brock. Breaks another tackle. Gets it down to about the 15. Still moving down to about the 14-yard line. Maybe they're going to give him the 13. So that's a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Only one score in the third quarter, and that was an impressive drive by Woodford County of 79 yards. I think it took about 9 plays, maybe 10.
Yeah. They did. It was
2nd and 3.
That's what you do. You be the only one that scores in a quarter, and you're going to do well in most football games.
Well, the Jackets had a 7.5-minute drive in the first half?
Yeah.
The opening drive of the game. Anderson rolls left, throws, caught by Brock out of the backfield, breaks the tackle, gets down to the 1.
Well, he did a good job getting that one out. He almost didn't. He was just inches away. His ability to both throw the ball with people in his face, and earlier we saw him step into a pocket like he was a D1 quarterback. He's doing a great job keeping his eyes downfield and finding his receivers.
We've gone big for Pulaski County. Woodford County trying to get people on and off the field. And Woodford's going to have to call timeout.
Yeah.
Well, we had some Woodford County guys over here, but we had Woodside, with all due respect to Woodside. He was over here with the offensive line getting some things happening. Pulaski County did a shift change or a line change, as they do in hockey. They changed the entire offensive line almost, took out the starting quarterback. They were going to run Brock from a wildcat-type position. Woodford County was trying to respond, but Woodside had to sprint about 60 yards to try to get there. Wasn't going to be able to get there, so Coach Dennis Johnson says we'll call timeout. That's Tomlin. Remember I told you guys stepped on his foot in the first half? That probably kind of swelled up. You get that stepped on with those cleats, inadvertently albeit, it kind of hurts a little bit. How about Jack Keene Ford, who is the #1 domestic car dealership in Central Kentucky? Here we go, real quick. Biggs all over the place. High snap to Brock. He goes airborne. He got in. Boy, I tell you what, he wasn't in there by much because he got met at the top of his leap, and I believe that was Reese Allen who met him there. But when he came down, he kind of reached the football out. And it's a touchdown, Pulaski County. So it's 31-20 now, Woodford County. Going the wrong way. Is the kick good? It was. Got carried away with the numbers there. 31-21 now with 10:52 to play in the ball game.
There's that field goal showing up on making it a two-score game again, Darren.
But here's the one thing Woodford needs to do now. They need a drive like they had on the opening drive of the ball game. How about another 6-minute drive that puts 7 on the board?
That's exactly right, Darren. They need to occupy as much time as they can, put another score on the board. Honestly, I mean, another 7 would be great. And it'll be interesting to see because sometimes Coach likes to score quickly early in the fourth, then come back and let his defense do the thing. But his defense was on the field a little too long for that, so I would imagine we'll see another extended drive.
Well, I talked to the Pulaski County radio station earlier this week, and they said they thought the biggest key in last year's game was Woodford just wore them out, having them chase them sideline to sideline with all the speed we had. So it's kind of happened here tonight a little bit. Idlewine kicks this one down to the 15 by Taylor. Coming left, cuts it back, and he straightened up at about the 27, maybe the 28. Boy, I thought if he kept coming left, they had the picket fence set up this way. We have a whistle from the far side official, and I have no idea what that's about. We got a flag at the 25. Is that a hold on Woodford? Lock in the back. And that came from the linesman on the far side of the field who threw the flag, and it landed between the hash marks in the middle of the field. Either he's got a great arm or he took a 5-yard running head start towards the middle of the field.
You see that when they actually see it. You know, that I saw that from a ways away.
So it's 1st and 10, Woodford County now from their own 21, backed up 10 yards. They give it off, running left. Crow cuts it up. There's a face mask, and boy, they got a flag. I tell you what, the near side official reached for his flag, couldn't find it. But again, Crow got out for about 6. And it's a personal foul, face mask, tack 15 onto that, so it's a 1st down, Woodford County.
Well, bringing it back after that early penalty with the block in the back, and Crow is probably a good thing.
Because if he didn't get slowed down, but he's got a lot more than that.
I think more than 15 yards was probably saved by that penalty because Crow was getting a full head of steam. And once he does that, well, look out.
Out to the 36-yard line, 1st and 10, Woodford County from their own 36. 10.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Woodford County up 10. And this is a start to that nice little drive.
Yeah.
Get a run of 6 and then 15 added on to it. They fake it, throw out in the flat to Crow. Crow, nice open field tackle by Godby. Wonderful tackle by the young freshman for Pulaski County.
Boy, that name's not going anywhere soon, is
Nope.
it?
He submarined the blocker. In other words, got underneath the shoulders of the blocker and then made the tackle in the open field. If he doesn't make that tackle or get off that block, that is a huge gainer for Woodford County.
Yeah, again, it's just a testament to how hard that block is out there. You got one block that went off clean and another that didn't. Still a pretty good gain for a team trying to get an extended drive.
9:39 to play, clock on the move. 2nd and 5, though. Give it off to Hash, and he gets swallowed up in the backfield. 3rd and 6, he lost a yard.
Well,
When we've run that dive play between the guards, in other words, the A and B gaps on either side of the guard of the center, we have got nothing.
Yeah.
When we run our outside zone or those jet sweeps, we have gotten major gains.
Woodford County taking an awful lot of time getting a play in here. And
they keep having Nason come all the way over from the far hash mark. It's 3rd and 6 for Woodford County. They need their 46. Actually, it's 3rd and 7. Nason back to throw. Time. Throws high for Mackay Smith. Then a little woofing again. Ping wants to holler.
We got the punt team coming out.
Yeah, for the first time today.
That's not what Woodford County wanted. They wanted
First
the football
defensive.
a little bit longer.
You know, I understand Coach P trying to get the ball down the field to Mackay Smith. I want to keep that drive going. Okay? So they're respecting Mackay's ability to run past them.
Right.
Why not check up with a hook or a stick route, a couple of yards past the sticks, get the first down, let's move the clock and move the chains, keep the clock moving. 4th and 7. 8:38, clock arrested on the incomplete. Ford. It's a beauty. Hits at the Pulaski 28, inside the 20. It'll die inside the Pulaski 10-yard line.
Great kick. Wow, that thing just kept going. One of the advantages of having a turf field is you get the ball turned over on that and it just goes.
It hit and do what they call that skip.
Yeah.
And again, I will defend all my Cardinal friends out there who knows St. Louis Cardinals. Ozzie Smith did not invent the throw from the 6-hole behind third base on the short hop on the turf. Dave Concepcion did that long before Ozzie became a St. Louis Cardinal. So we'll end at that there. I always have to give my St. Louis Cardinal friends some bad vibes.
So Pulaski County looks like here, they're going up the middle like that they're going to try and hit one and try and extend the drive.
Now, that is Caden Brock again. He has run the ball exceptionally well. He got 2 out of that one. 2nd down and 8.
Now, Caden Brock actually, is it Cade?
That's Caden.
Caden Brock actually took a little hitch step before he dropped his helmet on that.
Cason Brock. Anderson looking. He'll sling it out here to Brock in the flats. He'll get up over the 15 to about the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 3 for – that was a nice open field tackle, and I believe that was Graham Hodge.
Yeah, Hodge did a good job of getting out there. But, again, Woodford putting some pressure on. The quarterback getting rid of the football to an open receiver.
Well, he's doing a nice job of checking down. He's looking downfield, but he's checking down to his back or his tight ends. High snap. Brock pulls it down. 1st down and more. Gets out over the 30 to about the 35. That's the run that you didn't need. You had him in the backfield, and I believe that was Howard who had a shot at him back there and missed him. Joshawn Howard, a 6'1", 175 junior. They give it off to Brock. Flag. And it's on the Woodford County sideline. Is it too many men on the field?
I don't know. Illegal shift, it looks like.
Oh, illegal participation on Woodford County.
Yep, too many men.
Well, we were running people on and running people off.
Yeah,
Pulaski County went back to the line of scrimmage. If you're on the sidelines of Woodford County, you send that guy on the field, you holler for him to get back.
Right. Now Pulaski County is ahead by 5 yards, and this is going to be interesting.
1st and 5. We move under 7 minutes to play in the game. Woodford County by 10, but Pulaski scored on their last drive. They bring Wilden in tight on the left side. Fake it. Throw out here in the flat. Denmeyer catches. Breaks a tackle. Gets inside Woodford County territory to the 47, maybe the 46-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Pulaski County with 6:38 to play, and they ran a pick there.
Yeah, Woodford County looking a little frustrated here on defense.
Well, they ran it what they called it a rub. But, folks, it is essentially a good screen on the basketball to let a three-point shooter get a shot off.
That's what it looks like, exactly.
All teams that run the spread offense do it. Kentucky runs it as good as anybody under Tim Couch. Starks just a hair late. Intercepted. Wertzler headed the other direction. He gets a block. Hodge ties up a guy inside the Pulaski 40 to the 39. And Wertzler with his first career interception. Again, Anderson with pressure late from Leighton Starks. Threw off his back foot, couldn't put a lot on it. It sailed on him over the head of his intended receiver. I believe he was looking for Wilden, the tight end.
That was number 11.
That was Wertzler on the interception for Woodford.
Yeah.
I think Anderson was looking for his tight end. But when he had to throw off his back foot, it sailed on him, and Wertzler able to grab it and head the other direction, and Woodford now in business at the Pulaski County 39, up 10 with 6:25 to play in the game.
Once again, Woodford County's defense.
Nason on the keep. Gets inside the 35 to about the 32. Now if you're Woodford, 2 things. Positive yardage on every play. Keep moving the sticks. Do not turn the ball over. And eat up the clock.
As much as you can. That's exactly right. You want to run your offense. If you put one in, that's great. But
your job right now is good clock management.
Conservative football and at its best, I think, giving your guys a break.
And all the guys who love a lot of points on the board just fainted at home, Andy, because you said the C word, conservative.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see.
Nason gives it off to Preston. He'll get down close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Preston did a good job there.
Far side official has him marked at the 31. The near side official, who was closer, has him marked. Oh, wow.
Well, they pulled the ball back a little bit.
The umpire moved it back to the 31. He took the far side guy, and the guy who's closer.
Yeah.
Oh, well. 3rd and 2. Instead of 3rd and 1, it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there going, why are you looking at the far side guy? Nason with Preston behind him. They give it off. Nope. Throw out to Crow behind him, and a loss of 2.
That's a rough play because
Yeah.
the ball just comes out behind him. If he
What
puts the
did
ball
we-
out in front
yeah.
of him, he's got the first down walking.
Yeah, what did we say, though? Conservative. That was not a conservative call, to say the least. It's 4th and about 4 now, and Woodford going to go for it. Man.
Bringing out some players.
I mean, they've got 3 timeouts left with 4:35. The clock is on the move. But you got to pick up this first down to make them start using some timeouts.
Absolutely, Darren, and that's what here. This first down is a big first down for both teams.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you get positive yards on a 3rd down play and you go 4th and 1, you go from 4th and 2 to 4th and 1.
Timeout Woodford County.
Yeah.
Looks like.
You are at 3rd and 2. If you run the ball, you've got a chance of picking up a first down. But we do a little swing pass now. It's been successful tonight.
Yeah, and I say that swing pass, it looked like Nason didn't quite have the football the way he wanted to. He didn't set his feet, and the ball was kind of spinning in his hand. And he ended up throwing it behind him, and that's exactly what you can't do on that pass. And it did not allow the receiver to come back to the football like he's supposed to, and that gives the defensive back enough time to come up and make the play.
Well, this is a big 4th down. Yes, Woodford's up 2 scores. However, you're only up 10 and not 14.
That's right.
Nason, empty backfield.
Well, we
And a
got,
whistle, and we got movement on Woodford County. Near side official made that call. And now Woodford's going to punt it.
yeah, they really don't have a choice here, Darren. They need to try and stick it back, and the worst thing that can happen here is the ball comes out to the 20-yard line. So,
Correct.
well, I'll say that. But,
That's the worst thing can be one of those. We won't say it because I don't want to jinx us.
yeah, we're good.
The long snapper is Cooper Ford. The punter is Logan Ford.
Ball's on the
Ford
ground.
bobbles it, gets it off. End over end kick. It hits at the 10, and we'll go into the end zone.
Just barely. I'll tell you what, man, we almost had the thing we didn't want to say out loud.
Yeah.
The bobbled snap and a rolled back punt. He did a good job getting rid of the ball.
The guy down there that had a chance to get it, but he couldn't locate the football, was the long snapper, Cooper Ford.
Yeah.
If he locates it, Pulaski's going to be inside their 5.
Yeah, it's always good to have some speed at that snap position.
Yep, because you don't get hit.
Right. He can go.
Not in high school football.
High school football, it's kind of tough to develop long snappers. They're going to go on to the next level for that reason.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Pulaski County down 10 with 4:11 to play. We give it off to Brock. Going to be dropped at about the 22. Graham Hodge.
Well, that's the best case for Woodford on that. Outside
Because
from
it keeps
a
the
fumble.
clock moving. Rulowski coming in.
Well, Pulaski County's got 2 timeouts. Is that correct? 1 timeout. All 3 timeouts.
Yeah, they still have all 3 timeouts, but Rulowski has to hustle off. Because Pulaski was at the line set. They throw out here in the flat to Brock. First guy there, I believe, was that was Reese Allen. He stood him up and then got help from several of his friends.
A little bit surprised Pulaski County's not calling a timeout here.
Well, that was a good play by Woodford. They had the ball tipped. I believe that was Starks that got his finger on the ball, redirected it, and then held up Brock a little bit on the catch. And then Allen got there. It's 3rd and 8. 3:15, the clock on the move. Anderson rolls left, throws out in the flat. Denmeyer has it, and he will stretch close, but he's going to be drug out of bounds at about the 28. So it's going to be 4th and 2 for Pulaski with 3:03 to play in the ball game.
Pulaski's going to want to come to the ball quickly, and they're either going to go on first snap or they're not going to move. They're going to go on first touch, first sound. They're still waiting for a play.
There trips here to the near side. Weldon back to the left. 4th and 2 for Pulaski. 3:03 to play in the game. Woodford 31-21. They moved Brock to the right, and
Timeout.
Coach Hines was trying to get Woodford to jump by being impatient, but the Jackets held, and it's timeout.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you either have a play called and you're ready to go. I had a coach that used to love to come up and he'd put his fist up and touch his fist and say, first touch. Everybody knew what to do. As soon as the line was set, the quarterback would come up to the line and just touch the center on the butt, and the ball would go, and he'd follow the center.
Yeah. We always called it the goose play.
Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
Woodford Seal Coat. Are you tired of looking at a worn-out driveway, lane, or parking lot? Then call Woodford Seal Coat for a free estimate today. Woodford Seal Coat services both commercial and residential customers that need crack filling, hole patching, sealing, and striping. Set up your free estimate today by calling 859-873-7456 or by email at woodfordsealcoat.com.
Yep,
Help protect your investment by calling Woodford Seal Coat today. Quads here to the near side. The only back is Brock. He gets the high snap. He'll get the first down, still on his feet. He'll get out to the 32-yard line, but 2:58 to play with the clock stopped on the first down.
That was about as true a Wildcat as you could possibly get. Isolate everybody, isolate your back, spread everybody out, and run straight ahead.
Then you went big on big.
Yeah.
Not a lot of space there, but Brock was able to get the first down. 1st and 10 Maroons from their own 37. Anderson throws out here to Denmeyer, bobbles it, and then knocked away by Turner. 2nd down, 2:40 to play. You have a Tampa 2 look now from Woodford County. That's dual safeties, Peters and Mackay Smith. But with the 4 wides, you're basically man up all over the place.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from their own 37, 2:40 to play. Anderson back to throw, slings it across the middle. He's got his man. That is Idlewine to the 49-yard line of, nope, put him right on midfield. Give him 13, 2.5 to play. Pulaski down to 2 timeouts. Wins to both sides. Anderson gives it off to Brock. Gets inside Woodford County territory to the 48. A gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
The clock runs.
Yeah, Pulaski not in a hurry. They still have 2 timeouts, but they're 2 scores behind.
Yeah, they need to get inside the 40-yard line. We might see some, after this first down, we might see, if they get a first down here, we might start seeing some timeouts called. But they're trying to keep as many as they can.
Fake it to Idlewine. Anderson rolls left, throws back on the almost intercepted by Wurtzler. He saw the wheel route come, and he stopped his drop.
That's all right. Come back and play.
Almost picked that thing off and sealed it for Woodford County. 3rd and 8 now with the clock stopped with 1:52 to play.
Now, given the way things are going, he's going to have more. He may have more opportunities. He needs to get that one out of his head and play the next play.
Tell you what, though, nice read by Wurtzler there, because he stopped his drop and then read the wheel route. 3rd and 8. They give it off to Brock. Big hole. First down inside the 40. And Woodford trying to strip the football. You just make a tackle, make them use their timeouts. The clock stops with 1:45 to play. They set the box and the clock rolling. 1:38. Brock has the ball. He's tackled by Graham Hodge at the 34. Now Coach John Hines calls timeout with 1:30 to play. Yeah. They're down to 1.
Now Hines wanted to bring the ball over to his side of the field so that he could talk to his guys during the play. Get his receivers to his side. They're just inside the near hash. There's a little bit of that a lot of folks don't think about, Darren, is that coaches like to have their guys close to them.
Right.
Especially in moments like this, so that they can talk to especially the receivers and all of that. So, and the quarterback can hear them from
It's a little known coaching maneuver that a lot of people don't know about. Matter of fact, 1:30 to play, it's a lot of time when you throw the ball as much as Pulaski has done tonight.
It can be a lot of time, and they've been confident in their run game too. Woodford County once again kind of getting gashed up in the middle there on an 8-yard run. Keep them short. Sorry, step on you there.
But no, stepped on you. The Jacket PA announcer saying, come on, let's make some noise. This crowd is kind of quiet. The Jacket defense needs them. Anderson steps in the pocket, slings it, and dropped. Makai Smith. Well, the Jackets have had 2 chances of interceptions here in this drive, and both times pretty sure-handed guys have dropped them.
And both times Pulaski County's come back with a run.
Yep, 3rd and 9 for the Maroons with 1:25 to go.
Both times number 8's gotten the football shortly after the drop pass.
Well, the Jackets have done a nice job of making Pulaski use timeouts and a lot of time off the clock. Anderson throws, caught. Denmeyer gave up a yard or 2.
Yeah, that time that was not a great.
He was almost right at the sticks, but he's going to be 2 yards shy of a first down. It's 4th.
That's going to force Pulaski to use another timeout.
Their final timeout.
Which makes it tough, even if they do score another touchdown and get the football on an onside kick. It makes it hard without any
timeouts other than throwing the ball every down.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Well, they want to get the first down here, but
4th and 2.
They have to start throwing to the end zone soon if they want to have any time at all.
Yes. Jackets looking for their 3rd victory on the season after an opening season loss to Bullitt East. Of course, they lost the game due to
turnovers. Huh?
Well, they lost to Bullitt East by turnovers, but they lost the game with Simon Kenton due to the weather.
Oh, was that a loss?
Yeah, well, no, they just lost the game. Not overall. They didn't lose the game.
Okay. They just didn't have a game played.
Right.
Sometimes those rules play out funny, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, I got a text message from a couple of fans wanting to know why there was a 1-0 win for Simon Kenton. I said, that changed real quick. High snap.
Ball's on the ground.
Brock loses it. He's in trouble, and down he goes. Pulaski went big with the Wildcat formation. The snap was a little high. Brock, in his haste to catch it, took his eye off of it.
Yeah.
And then by that time, Starks, along with Allen, were back there to make sure he didn't go anywhere.
And his head came up just as he was receiving that football. He looked. It was like he was looking for it. Yeah, he was looking right past the football. He was looking where he was going instead of at the football. First thing you got to do.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, and we expect Woodford County to kneel out here and go home with a 10-point win, Darren.
And if folks don't if you don't remember, it looks like they're going to go victory formation, I think. They are. Put Preston back around the 25-yard line. Nope, he's going to stay at the 30. Everybody in tight. Pulaski County doesn't even move.
Yeah, they know that that's it.
Yeah. A loss of a yard for Nason, but the Jackets will take one more snap. And you don't have to snap it at all right now. If you don't want to, you can
take the penalty.
Take the penalty and then take another knee. Good football game again tonight between these two schools.
Absolutely.
The difference in the game, 2 turnovers. 3 turnovers for Pulaski, 2 interceptions.
And that's going to do it.
And a fumble recovery for Woodford. Jackets move to 3-1 on the season into the off week next week before entertaining the Dragons of South Oldham in district game number 1 of 2023. For those of you all that are not aware of it, we'll bring it back to you, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Final score, Woodford County 31, Pulaski County 21. I want to thank, again, some of our fine sponsors. Let's go to J&B Marathon Cafe. A day is best started with a full stomach, and what a way to get started with a breakfast from J&B Marathon. They offer the best breakfast in town, from biscuits and gravy to BLT, served 7 days a week by that friendly staff down there. Also, get your day started with a good breakfast that also can entail anything from hash browns to potato rounds to
it's good stuff.
Just anything you want, pretty much down there. And the staff down there is second to none at J&B Marathon Cafe, 200 Lexington Street in downtown Historic Versailles. Also located in downtown Historical Versailles, Carroll Floor Covering. For the perfect floor coverings for your next project, then you need to call the folks at Carroll Floor Covering. Since 1980, Steve Carroll's been in business pretty much in the same location he is right now, down there next to the barbershop where every young man gets his very first haircut in Versailles.
I need to get over there pretty soon.
There you go. Well, I'm not going to say anything. Whether it's tile, carpet, laminate, hardwood, LVP, or vinyl, Carroll Floor Covering has it for a variety of needs and in a variety of colors. Call Steve today for a free estimate at 873-6919. Also from Falling Springs, right next door here to us, to our left as we sit up here in this.
Yep. One of the best community facilities in the state.
I agree.
And one of the best managed and most used facilities.
Oh, man, we use it all. I mean, they use it for voting on voting day. Yeah. We've had a ton of regional swim meets in the indoor swimming pool, which is a great place to have that. But when you get a lot of people in there, it gets really hot in there too. By the way,
both of my children had their birthdays, but they also both learned to swim there. I play disc golf out here on the disc golf course.
Yeah, they got two disc golf courses here.
And the disc golf course, every time I play out there, somebody says, if I'm playing with guys from Lexington or anywhere else, it's like, wow, this place is really amazing. It gets used so much. You can't hardly find a place to park sometimes out near the dog park here. There's a dog park and some of the new tennis courts. Because
got a great view from where we're sitting here.
Yeah, it is so well used, and people this is amazing. This is how a park should be. It should be used like this, and it's amazing.
This stadium used since 1988. It's hard to believe. It's been 35 years of community stadium. It started out with the good old Bermuda grass field. For the first 10 years, it was beautiful at the time, but it got used so much because not only did Woodford County football and soccer play here at that point in time, but they also had, for about 6 years, they had the Kentucky High School Athletic Association girls and boys state soccer Final Fours here, so it got used a lot that way. But a lot of great things go on out here and things.
And you see youth soccer and you see adult soccer leagues.
Yeah, you see lacrosse out here also uses this field. You got the tennis courts at the back. The cross country uses along the tree line here.
As soon as you start doing, reading through their copy, it's like you're just not saying enough about what's out here. The pickleball courts. I mean, the place is well used and well managed. It's
very
a great
much
spot.
So. Then you got the fair that's over here as well. When it's in town, we have the rodeo. About a month ago, that was held over here. We'll have a demolition derby.
Yeah.
They've had tractor pulls over here.
And I think also, Darren, it's important to point out that this is a wonderful example of the public schools, the county, and the city
all working together,
collaborating out here to make a great space for Woodford Countyans to come and do their thing. And honestly, a whole lot of folks from around Central Kentucky. It's not unheard of to have multiple people from Anderson County and Franklin County coming here to enjoy Falling Springs on a daily basis. So, great facility.
Yeah, and then you have all that, and then, by the way, we have a 300-seat theater indoors where they held the Hall of Fame ceremony back a couple of weeks ago. You have some of the best community theater here as well.
Absolutely.
Just a lot of great things. Then you got the baseball fields and everything out front, the softball field with the high schools out there, the baseball field. Just a facility out here. I can remember there was only 2 fields over there to play softball and baseball on, and just a wonderful thing here at Community Stadium. Woodford County is off next Friday night on the 22nd. They'll be back in action right back here at Community Stadium when they entertain for the first time in a long time back in the same district. The Dragons of South Oldham will be here. Yes, on your schedule, it says it is a road game, but no, that got changed a couple of weeks ago to be a home game here in Versailles.
We started with 4 home games on the schedule.
We wound up with 6. That's the way it should have wound up anyway. We should have had 2 road games in the district and 2 home games, but somehow we wound up with 1 home game in the district and 3 road games. Also, by the way, I'm going to give a quick plug for this, and this is why, because this is my network. I do own the company, but I do also want to talk about our senior center up here. Coming up on October the 13th. Now, that's ahead a little bit. That will be Woodford County's homecoming game against the Cardinals of Scott County.
Right.
That day at the center from 10 to 1 And from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., we'll be having a rockathon to raise money for the seniors. The rockathon will consist of anybody in the community that wants to get donations to come rock for an hour or 2 hours or whatever. We're going to get the students involved. We're going to be out in the community this week.
Are these rocking chairs we're
rocking chairs, yeah.
All right. So just rock until you can't rock anymore.
Rock anyway. If you want to rock for half an hour, you want to rock for an hour, you want to rock for 2, you can do that.
Very cool.
Come out, help support the seniors, because the senior center, I will tell you this, these seniors, every time I come in after a Friday night game, first question they ask after telling me good morning, did the Jackets win on Friday night? So far, that's 3-1 on the season. I've been able to tell them 3 times, yes.
Well, Darren, I tell you, man, that's a great way to start your day, and I know that you love it over there. Senior Center is a great place. I know lots of folks who are over there on a regular basis, and it's just such a cool spot. Again, out here at Falling Springs, and that Falling Springs area.
Right, that's the first building you see when you make that left turn to come in here to the parking lot.
And so, Darren, I just want to say thanks, man. A great night tonight. And
thank you.
I just got a text that said it's time to come home.
Must be the missus.
Yes, it is.
It is. Andy, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much. Andy Smith on color tonight. Again, the final score here from Versailles, Woodford County 31, Pulaski County 21. Woodford County's game tonight was sponsored by the Woodford County Public Schools as our title sponsor, where kids win. UK Sports Medicine, get treatment just like the Wildcats. By Jack Keane Ford, where service isn't just lip service, it's practiced every day. Woodford Family Physicians, comprehensive care for all members of your family. By Versailles Brewing Company, proud to say that every ingredient raised and grown right here in Woodford County. Carroll Floor Covering, all your flooring needs under one roof. Mr. Appliance, expert appliance repair from a friendly company. J&B Marathon Cafe, great food that you just have to talk about. Woodford Car Company, we buy and sell cars the right way. Falling Springs Rec Center, fitness, family, and fun, all in one place. Woodford Seal Coat, helping protect your investment. Judge Executive James K., working for you, your family, and for all Woodford County's future. Cindy Chirac, Rector Hayden Realty, home is the nicest word there is. Ricardo's Restaurant, it's Southern dining with a twist. And by Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good. Again, the final score for the final time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. When the Dragons of South Oldham come to Versailles, it was Woodford County 31, Pulaski County 21.